Also a former AAA Reina de Reinas champion, Crash Women's champion, and a massive star in CMLL. She knows Persephone very well. Let's go to Melissa Santos for the official introductions.
The following contest is a triple threat match for the OWA Women's Championship. Introducing first, to my left, from the 412, she is Dynamite Danny Mo. And to my left, desde la Ciudad de Mexico, by way of El Paso, Texas, she is la diosa de CMLL. Ella es Persephone. And last but not least, to my right, accompanied by NWA Hall of Famer and WWE Hall of Famer, one of the original of the Four Horsemen, Tessa Blanchard. Ella parece ser de Mexico, but she is from Charlotte, North Carolina. She is a third-generation wrestling prodigy and the first woman to hold the Impact World Championship and former Knockouts champion. She is the undeniable Diamond, Tessa Blanchard.
The stage is set. Triple threat rules. No count out, no disqualification. One woman will walk away as the new OWA Women's World Champion.
There you see that beautiful championship. That's what it's all about. There can only be one first. Who will be the first ever OWA Women's Champion? We will decide that here and now. Here at OnlyWrestlers.com, here for Wildcat Sports, the Bayou Beatdown. And already Tessa Blanchard getting in the face of Persephone here.
I'm a little perplexed at what's... Oh
my. Was Tully trying to pay Persephone off?
Hold on a second. Now look, there is a history here between Persephone and Tessa Blanchard. They've certainly not seen eye to eye in CMLL before.
I mean, Tessa Blanchard's a very wealthy man. He's had great success in this business. And it looks like he's trying to do what he can. That's the doting father, I guess, if you want to explain it for Tessa Blanchard.
For Persephone, that's the wrong person to try to bribe. She's a competitor through and through. I mean, these two women have battled in Arena Mexico. And then you add Danny Mo to this match. This is explosive.
Triple threat match, 3 women, but only one can walk away the first ever OWA Women's Champion. Will it be Danny Mo? Will it be Persephone? Or will it be the Diamond, Tessa Blanchard?
And Sammy, to your credit, you did have a few questions about Tessa Blanchard being at ringside, being a bit of an X factor. We did just see that moments ago, the psychological tactics already beginning.
No, I mean, Tessa Blanchard did. I mean, he promised us, John. He said point blank he was not going to be a factor in this matchup as Tessa Blanchard rolling out of the ring right from the get-go. Not too eager to tie up with either Danny Mo or Persephone.
And look, if you are Tessa Blanchard, smart move. Head to the outside, talk to your father. There isn't anything he hasn't seen or done over the course of his career. Meanwhile, Danny Mo, she knows what it's like to be an inaugural champion. She was the inaugural JCW Women's Champion. She also became the inaugural Women's Champion for Battleground, winning that at the legendary 2300 Arena. And we cannot forget, Sammy, this is a little bit different as far as a triple threat match. It's an elimination match. Persephone looking to eliminate Danny Mo. So we will have an elimination, and it will come down to 2 women.
Well, I mean, that goes to show us maybe that's the strategy of Tessa Blanchard. She's none too rushed to get into this matchup. Let Danny Mo and Persephone eliminate each other. Then once someone gets the win, Tessa Blanchard can stick her moment.
And Tessa's certainly done that many times over the course of her career. as has her father. Now, meanwhile, Danny Moe going to work in the corner on Persephone.
And we heard the accolades read out loud for Tessa Blanchard. That's just a snippet of what she's been able to do in this business in just such a young age. And with all the opportunity for Tessa Blanchard, is tonight Tessa's night, or is the opportunity even bigger for someone like Persephone or even Danny Moe, who's poised to make history here? If she's able to put away two athletes.
Speaking of picking moments, Tessa Blanchard chose one right there, and now sending Danny Moe. Didn't get a good angle there. Couldn't tell. Maybe perhaps it was the steps. I believe it was.
Well, Tessa Blanchard knows how to pick her moments, and Persephone wise to that. You alluded to it, Johnny. Persephone and Tessa Blanchard, they know each other so very well.
And they do. When it comes to experience, though, Persephone, the least experienced out of the three competitors, but she has risen to stardom so quickly over the course of her career.
And what she lacks for in experience, she makes up with it in grit and determination. And if anybody, for personal reasons or glory, wants to make sure Tessa Blanchard does not walk away women's champion, it's Persephone. Look at that athleticism.
The elusiveness as well. And Tessa Blanchard eats a kick square to the face. Oh!
And I saw Persephone,
returns the favor.
She took her eyes off of Tessa just to look at Tully Blanchard on the outside, and Tessa Blanchard making sure Persephone pays for it. Oh, maybe not.
And right now we're seeing two competitors who do know each other so well.
Nice throwaway slam, and look at that hip up from Persephone.
But Danny Moe perched on top, crossbody into the cover. Is Persephone eliminated? And no, she's able to kick out at 2.
Got such a unique format. Whoever gets the victory here, the match does not end. Then it goes down to a one-on-one matchup.
It truly is a battle of attrition in an elimination triple threat match. And you know, Sammy, that's the way it should be when you're going to crown the inaugural champion.
I know when OnlyWrestlers.com formed, they wanted to give a platform to all the great athletes in this business. And we've had so many stars here tonight from Only Wrestlers, from Wildcat Sports. You've got stars here right now from CMLL. Of course, we've got a huge main event still to come between the Maharaja and Jay Spade, but
right now we're seeing how combustible it is between Persephone and Tessa Blanchard. They do not like each other.
Yeah, I mean, I thought they were going to maybe some kind of a alliance here, maybe eliminate Danny Moe, but I think that's already disintegrated.
Well, they're certainly both effective with their offense on Danny Moe in the corner, but now they're giving Danny plenty of time to recover.
And we're trying to get in there, so we need to keep this offense going. Again, the Only Wrestlers Association crowning the first ever women's champion here tonight. So again, the first time ever champion here now. Whoever walks away.
It's now a Danny Moe tug of war.
Now, if you're Danny Moe, who do you want to tie up with? You want to go with Tessa Blanchard? You want to go with Persephone?
I mean, let's be honest. If you're Danny Moe, you need to get to the outside, get a bit of respite here. And now,
this is a bad place for Danny Moe.
Oh,
maybe not. Look at that. Double DDT takes out both Persephone and Tessa.
What a counter by the ever-resilient Danny Moe.
The Dynamite reversal from the Dynamite superstar.
That was the exact fix that Danny Moe needed there as she was being pummeled by both opponents.
Got the tenacity of Danny Moe. Doesn't matter how much adversity and how much you throw in front of Danny Moe, she will meet you. As she is right now, center of the ring against Tessa Blanchard.
She has incredibly powerful kicks. She was a star athlete in college, set multiple pole vault records. And
tossing Tessa Blanchard like yesterday's garbage. And now here comes Persephone. God!
Persephone like a missile charging in. Meanwhile, Tessa with a cutter.
God, this momentum continues to shift over and over again. Once someone gets it going, the other one right there. Who's going to walk away? Champion! Is it Danny Moe?
And don't forget, this is elimination. She's got Blanchard down. She's got Persephone down.
Danny Moe is going up. Look at Tessa Blanchard, aware of the situation, trying to roll out.
Tessa Blanchard is so sentient in that ring. She always knows where she's at. Now Persephone, a little bit of a razor's edge. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me?
High and tight.
And Danny Moe's eliminated. And Blanchard wasting no time. Catapulting Persephone to the outside. We're now down to Tessa Blanchard and Persephone.
Again, yes, we had triple threat action earlier tonight. This is an elimination matchup. So Danny Moe has been eliminated. This is now a one-on-one matchup between Persephone and Tessa Blanchard, despite the fact that Tully Blanchard on the outside continues to get involved.
Well,
now, Johnny, I thought Tully said he wasn't going to get in this matchup.
Well, look, I can't speak for Tully Blanchard. Obviously, Persephone had enough. She took a swing at Blanchard, but Tessa took full advantage off the top. Persephone able to evade.
Nobody.
Oh my
God! High and tight, power slam from Persephone. Is that enough for the title? And no.
Danny Moe has been eliminated.
Ever so close. Persephone, both of these women, to add another title to their already decorated careers. What a moment it would be.
Oh my God.
And now,
just how Persephone put away Danny Moe. Is Tessa Blanchard going to fall for the same fate? Oh, Tessa reverse! Tessa reverse!
Counter! New champion, no!
Oh my God, that was so close.
And now Tessa, the buzzsaw DDT! Blanchard immediately into the cover, and she's the new OWA Women's World Champion! In a career that has had a collection of standout moments, the undeniable Diamond now wears the gold for the Only Wrestlers Association.
And
Tessa Blanchard is the inaugural OWA Women's Champion.
Tessa Blanchard.
Talk about a proud father, Tully Blanchard.
She is as talented as she is outspoken. You'd really be hard-pressed to find any individual who has the in-ring skill and commanding presence of Tessa Blanchard, making her return to TNA this past December, already a former TNA World Champion, the first woman ever to do so.
Yeah, Tessa may have some strong opinions, but she's entirely capable of backing them up.
She is the reigning CMLL World Women's Champion. She is the embodiment of Latina power. She is La Diosa Guerrera.
What we're seeing right now is two of the most decorated female athletes in professional wrestling. Oh, Tessa
started off hot with the tiaras from the top from Tessa.
Wasting no time, but Zukie able to recover. Blanchard goes face first on the apron. And now, the CMLL Women's World Champion going to work on the outside in our main event of the Chi-Town Beatdown. And oh boy,
that's the opposite direction of the ring. Oh, they're out in the hall.
Well, the official may have to be a little lenient with the count here, because this main event is very unpredictable, very volatile. And Mark, there's a history here between Blanchard and Zukie as she is sent into the chairs.
Sent right into the fans.
They battled for the CMLL Women's Tag Team titles this past August. Zukie teaming up with Persephone and Blanchard teaming up with Luvia, with Blanchard and Luvia walking away with those titles.
Oh, and now another. On the other side, Tessa just got thrown into a fan?
Well, hey, it's been standing room all night. You might as well make a few more fans stand up.
Zukie, I thought she was going to help the fan up. She's getting Tessa up instead.
Zukie is an all-timer for CMLL. Quickly into the cover, and Blanchard kicks out at 2.
How's that for some fan participation in the Only Wrestlers Association?
Well, that's what OWA is all about, a true fan influence promotion, and we're seeing it in spades tonight. Oh, a kick!
Right to the hamstring.
Yeah, right to the adductors and the hamstring there. Zukie was also one half of the inaugural CMLL Tag Team Championships, along with the Dark Angel Stephanie Vaquer. They held those titles for almost 300 days prior to vacating them.
Taken to the outside again now by Tessa.
Wow, Tessa Blanchard corkscrew to the outside. And that's one of the things that makes Blanchard so dangerous. She has such a high motor, and her physical conditioning is second to none.
Just a lot of fire too, a lot of passion, a lot of anger at times, it seems.
Yeah. I mean, quite frankly, Blanchard is pissed off just about all the time.
Yes, most of the time.
Once again, this fight spinning to the outside, and you can tell there is a history between these two with the way this match is going so far. It is violent. It is all over the place. And now Zukie sent right into the chairs.
Tessa's really cut down too. That's got to only make her faster and increase her stamina as well here.
Yeah. She's already been Knockouts champion once before. And there's little doubt she's going to have her sights locked in on the Knockouts championship again in the future. And once again,
there is no room. There's nowhere for them to go, and they're still fighting their way through the crowd here.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if this spills out onto the streets of downtown Chicago right now.
Coming back toward the ring now, at least in the general direction, yes.
And Blanchard has built her own legendary status in Mexico as well. Former AAA Reina de Reinas champion, Crash Women's champion as well, and obviously a massive star herself in CMLL.
Can't take anything away from Zukie. She has won 3 women's masks. Every time she's ever been in a match with masks on the line, she's walked away with the other woman's mask.
Undefeated, imagine that. Right into the cover goes Blanchard, and Zukie able to power out, and she also took TBS champion Mercedes Moné to her limit last year, battling for the TBS championship on Dynamite. Zukie became a fan favorite there as well.
Well, the fans here in Chicago haven't exactly taken a shine to Tessa, so...
You know who can care less about that? Tessa Blanchard.
Yes. Something about those third-generation types.
Oh, my goodness! Open-handed slap across the cheek of Blanchard. And now Zukie utilizing the top rope. A stiff forearm to the back of the neck. Zukie has now held the World Women's title for almost 300 days since defeating Willow Nightingale at the CMLL 91st anniversary show. What's amazing is Zukie is one of the few stars who is victorious at the 81st and 91st celebration. Wow. That goes to show not only how incredible she is, but also her longevity.
Yeah, that is impressive with the level of competition at Arena Mexico. Tessa stomping her opponent down now, hard in the corner.
And
turning her iron toward George Ross.
And there isn't anything Tessa Blanchard can't do. She's so incredibly athletic. She can do the lucha style if necessary, but she would prefer to wear you down and be vicious. Oh,
beautiful sunset flip.
Cover, no. Zukie with a roll up here, and Blanchard kicks out. Oh.
Tessa in hard, and Zukie follows it up.
But look at Tessa with the recovery and a forearm of her own. Oh, Zukie into the corner. Blanchard too quick with a backhand to the face. It appeared Blanchard may have been limping briefly there going into the corner. We'll see if that comes into play.
Taking her opponent's legs away. Zukie's in a bad spot.
Oh my goodness! The Magnum! The double knee face breaker lands for Blanchard. But Zukie!
Oh!
Launching Blanchard into the corner. What a recovery. What a counter. Usually when Blanchard hits the Magnum, she's setting up for that buzzsaw DDT and it's curtains. But once again, speaking to the incredible ability of Zukie. Oh, could she be setting up for the La Dozora?
Double underhook. Tessa's out of there.
Blanchard had that scouted, and now both these amazing athletes trading right hands, center of the ring. Ooh!
Tessa's so good at following Zooksie's in each time.
Oh, not that time. A right hand lands. Going for the La Dozora, perhaps. Oh! Zooksie's into the cover, and that'll do it. What a victory! No! Tessa Blanchard finds a way to stay in this fight. And now, Mark, you have to wonder what's on the offensive mind of Zukie as Blanchard fighting back out of desperation. Oh, quick roll up here again.
It's just to get a pin and to win the match is what it seems.
Cutter!
That is a very bad situation for Zooksie's to be in.
And Blanchard, no! Zooksie's gets the right shoulder up. How many times has Blanchard put down her opponent for the 3 count with the cutter? The answer is so many. And now Blanchard heading up to the top. Not exactly part of her arsenal. We see that often.
No, I'm not sure how comfortable she is up there, but... Oh, Zooksie's gets out of the way.
Oh, right hand lands. Zooksie's
up in that
hoisting up Blanchard. Oh! Power bomb into the cover. No! Blanchard able to kick out. What force behind that sit-out power bomb.
And you saw Zooksie's made sure to try to use her hands to hold down Tessa's arms. It still wasn't enough.
Oh, going for the La Dozora once again, and Blanchard had it scouted. And now a double underhook in her own right, and a sit-out powerbomb into the cover. Could that be the way that Blanchard wins? But no. What a main event, Mark. Unbelievable.
Yeah, this is awesome. Tessa is getting frustrated, and again, out of desperation, it seems, going up to that top turnbuckle.
And this time, not sure if she got all of it. Was it effective enough? Blanchard into the cover, and that'll do it.
A tough landing there, and Tessa gets the W here in the main event.
Was it executed to perfection? No. But when you had the kind of force and velocity that Blanchard had coming off the top rope, it was enough to put down the great Zukie.
This is Hannibal here from thehannibaltv.com, about to commentate this main event, Ultimate Women of Wrestling match provided to the Hannibal TV by owner Tom Lance and Commissioner Jenny Santana. And in the main event tonight, we have third generation superstar and undefeated Impact Wrestling Women's Champion, actually men's champion, Impact Wrestling men's champion, Tessa Blanchard. She did win the men's championship there against Miranda Alise, who has wrestled for AEW in recent years, has quite a few matches on the Hannibal TV from various promotions that she's worked for, that we've collaborated with over the years. Same with Tessa. There's a lot of matches with Tessa Blanchard on the Hannibal TV. Very popular on this channel. She looks in tremendous shape here, despite not being as active as she used to be, because she's back in university. This is turning into a cat fight already. But yeah, Tessa Blanchard looks in as good a shape as ever here. Ready to show that she hasn't lost a step against Miranda Alise. Tessa Blanchard, the granddaughter of Joe Blanchard, daughter of Tully Blanchard, and stepdaughter of Magnum TA. Showing off some technical wrestling ability here. After it started off like it was going to be more of a brawl, it's gotten into wrestling as we see a side headlock takeover. And Tessa traps the arm, doing some fancy moves, punishing Miranda Alise here. I've never been much of a technician. I've been more of a brawler. I'm impressed with this technique. Adding some punishment to Miranda behind the referee's back. Miranda has the ropes now. Tessa's going to have to break that hold. This is a best 2 out of 3 falls match, by the way. Tessa makes a mistake of turning her back on Miranda. Almost pays for it there by losing the first fall. She's taking a break now. Going to the outside of the ring. It's hard to say who's the fan favorite in this one. Tessa's definitely appears to be more of the heel, but there's fans cheering her. This is one of her first appearances in a while. Both of these women, I believe, are from Texas. Last I heard, Tessa was living in the Austin area. She was married to Daga. They're separated now. There is a match on this channel between Tessa Blanchard and Daga against John Morrison and Taya Valkyrie. As these two are battling all over the stage. Miranda not letting Tessa back in the ring, but she missed the kick there. Bit of a cheap shot. Middle finger. These two do not appear to like each other. This is not a very sportsman-like match or sportswoman-like match. It's hard to believe Tessa Blanchard is not used in AEW or WWE. A feud with her and Charlotte Flair would definitely be a main event match anywhere. But for whatever reason, politics has I guess cost her some opportunities. So we see a step over toe hold there. Tessa Blanchard just punishing Miranda Alise. Tessa was part of the Women of Wrestling promotion, which regularly beats Impact in the ratings. Actually always destroys Impact Wrestling in the ratings. I don't find that Women of Wrestling gets enough credit, but I don't believe Tessa's with them any longer, but she was one of the Women of Wrestling originals when that company started. Miranda Alise just nailing Tessa Blanchard. Kicking her right to the jaw there. This match is getting vicious. Suplex attempt and takes Tessa Blanchard over. Another pinfall attempt here. Not even a 1 count. Lots of pinfall attempts at this point by Miranda. She wants to finish Tessa quickly, as this match is now 5 minutes in. And it's been going at a fast pace so far. Will they be able to keep up this pace for the 3 falls? I don't know. Maybe that's why Miranda wants to get the first fall over with. Tessa Blanchard getting her composure a bit on the outside. Complaining of a hair pull to the referee. The referee's not counting her. There's no count here. Now, here, maybe we're getting a bit of a count. I don't know. This is bizarre. Somewhat of a count here by Tessa, by the referee on Tessa now. The referee was taking her time. She's counting to 3 now. In reality, it's probably a 15. I would have given Miranda the first fall by count out right there. Poor officiating. Another pinfall attempt, but Tessa Blanchard changes it to a leg lock. Another toe hold. Both of these women in tremendous shape, not an ounce of fat on them. This could be a match in AEW or WWE. UWW bringing you the best in women's competition. Of course, Great North Wrestling is restarting May the 6th in Ottawa, Canada with a double header. The women's title in Great North Wrestling is now vacant. So it'll be interesting to see who comes in for that event, as we see a bunch more pinfall attempts, 2 or 3, maybe 4 here. But I don't think we've seen past a 1 yet. No, still not. We've had maybe nip up attempt by Tessa, but I think Miranda made a mistake there, letting her up. Now there's the nip up. Tessa displaying her athletics. I think that was a mistake by Miranda. But as I was saying, you've seen maybe 15-ish pinfall attempts here. None of them got past a 1. Both of these women are not wanting to give up that first fall. Tessa asking the fans to be quiet. Turning her back on Miranda. Miranda has shown some sportsmanship up to this point, but now that wasn't a very sportsmanlike. But I would have tried to roll Tessa up if she turned her back on me like that. Miranda hits the ropes. Hurricane Rana to Tessa. Tessa charging at her. Miranda ducks the clothesline. Another Hurricane Rana on Tessa Blanchard. You might also call that a Frankensteiner. She goes to drop kick Tessa outside the ring. Ducks the clothesline. Big back elbow right to the jaw of Tessa Blanchard. Both of these women's face might not be as pretty by the time this match ends, as Tessa just kicks Miranda off the stage. She's on the dance floor now here in Vegas. Some of the fans patting Miranda on the back, trying to rally her. They want to see this match get back underway. Two of the best women wrestlers in the business today. Miranda is getting the middle finger as she spits at Tessa. It looks like Tessa says she's going to teach Miranda a lesson in respect. She's going to make her respect her. I don't think we're going to see anything technical here. Tessa blocks a slap and just nailing Miranda in the back. You can hear the flesh slapping. Definitely teaching her a little lesson in respect. Now Tessa's going on the dance floor. Are we going to see a dance move? No. No, we are not. She's challenging Miranda for, it looks like, a bar fight here as the two of them face off. Now we can see Tessa actually has the height and muscularity advantage as she makes fun of Miranda's height there, but takes a boot to the midsection. Headbutt. Miranda grabbing her on the neck. Big chop. Another headbutt. Definitely be some concussions after this. Miranda whips Tessa into the steel and almost sends one of those empty chairs into the fans behind them as the fans cheer Miranda on now. But I believe she's making a mistake here, taking a bow when she should be trying to pin Tessa to get that first fall. We're over 10 minutes into this match and we still haven't had a first fall yet. I think the cameraman might be getting a little too close to the action as we see Tessa winding up here. A big fist right to the noggin of Miranda, taking her back through the crowd up to the ringside area, or maybe they're going to go further into the bar. This match is wild. But how much longer can they keep up this pace? 11 minutes into the match now, we still have not seen first fall. Floyd Mayweather Sr. in the crowd tonight, by the way, as Tessa almost throws Miranda out to the crowd. Are we going to see a 619 here? No. Knee to the back of the head of Miranda Alise. Sporting the red hair. Tessa going to the outside. Super kick right to the ear. That's a good shot of Tessa's back. Her hair is usually covering her back, but you can actually see the strength of Tessa's back in that shot. And what's she doing here? Is she going to throw her off the stage? No, she's going to whip her back right into the corner of the ring, right on the edge, where usually there's a piece of wood sticking out that's not covered by the mat. One count there. probably the 20th near fall, as we see a headlock now applied to Miranda Alise. The crowd trying to get Miranda rallied up here. She's saying she's not going to give up. She's fighting her way up. Punches to the midsection of Tessa. Both of these girls have great hair. I gotta give them a hair compliment. So we're seeing it flail all over the place. Tessa, reminiscent of Ivan Putski, the Polish power double axe handle, right to Miranda Alise. I do have an interview with Ivan Putski on this channel, who is also a Texan. He still resides in Texas. Now, I don't know why Tessa's taking her time here. To me, she's taking too much time. She should be trying to get that first fall. But she's trash talking. This is a big match. There's a lot on the line here. Main event. People watching all over the world. But there's a lot of trash talking. Looks like Tessa has a knee brace on her right knee. Yes, I'm just noticing that now. Perhaps that's why we haven't seen her in action. I could be wrong, but maybe if that is a knee brace, Miranda's making a mistake not going after that. Might just be the way the boot is. I don't know. But it looks like it could possibly be a knee brace. Both women are down. The referee is not counting them yet, though. Miranda's making her way up. Now Floyd Mayweather Sr. What is he doing? Why is Floyd Mayweather... What is he doing? Someone from the crowd telling him to sit down. Say he's getting too into this match. It appears like he's trying to cheer Miranda on as she charges with a big back elbow running into the head of Tessa. Now she's setting her up for something. Kicks her right in the jaw. Somersault. Double stomp right to the chest. It's a very good thing Tessa does not have implants, or they would have popped right there. That was brutal. Double arm suplex. Another pinfall attempt here. Amazing. Tessa kicks out. We got to be nearing 30 pinfall attempts here as we're going on 16 minutes into this match. Tessa's father could go an hour, no problem. It looks like this match could be heading that way, but Miranda's saying, no, it's time to get the first fall. She's saying it's over. Looked like she was attempting a neck breaker, but no, Tessa reverses it. DDT attempt, no. Miranda pushes it off, duck clothesline. Going for an RKO or diamond cutter. No, Tessa hits the RKO, or diamond cutter, whatever you want to call it. Still a 2 count. Very tough women here. I'm extremely impressed by this match so far. Tessa complaining of a slow count. But why she's waiting and not trying to finish Miranda off at this point, I don't know. Looks like Floyd Mayweather Sr. has got it down. Tessa's slapping herself in the head there. Maybe she's getting a little frustrated. Maybe she underestimated Miranda Alise. Picking her up. Come on, Miranda! Smashes her. You could hear that way up in the balcony. Yeah, it definitely looks like the right leg. I don't know if it's a brace, but there's some sort of support on Tessa's right leg. As she's cranking the finger now of Miranda. I don't know if that's legal. It didn't used to be when I wrestled, but the referee not getting in there enough. She's letting a lot go. Smashes with a forearm to the face to Miranda, but turns her back on Miranda. Very disrespectful. This is not a sportsmanlike match. Roll up. That's a 3 count. Miranda Alise takes the first fall, I believe. Let's get the official word. Tessa putting her hands on the official.
Winner of the first fall, Miranda Alise.
There's the official word. Miranda wins the first fall. If I was Tessa, I'd get right on Miranda. I'd be kicking her in the face by now. I think Tessa just ripped off her eyelash extensions. Who knows, but she looks pissed. There's the bell for the second fall. Tessa should stop her trash talking, in my opinion. I mean, she's been very successful in the wrestling business, but I would say her trash talking has costed her in this match. Hammering away now on Miranda Alise. What is Floyd Mayweather Sr. doing? It looks like he's trying to get in the ring at this point. I don't know if I guess he's a fan of Miranda. He doesn't think that Tessa should have charged her like that. There's some guys on the outside, I assume, from Floyd Mayweather Sr.'s entourage. Trying to get him down as we get a 3 count. Tessa takes the second fall.
Second fall, Tessa Blanchard.
Maybe he just wanted to shake Tessa Blanchard's hand. But she's now talking trash to him. I can't make out what she's saying, but this is very bizarre with Floyd Mayweather Sr. We're back in the 70s here with the old men. There's Jenny Santana, the commissioner of Ultimate Women of Wrestling, telling him to settle down. Jenny Santana looking spectacular as always. Multiple interviews with her. I'd like to see her come to Great North Wrestling. I've been telling Jack Kilby that I want to see her in the ring. World Jiu-Jitsu champion, national champion, multiple times. She's got Floyd Mayweather Sr. to calm down. I mean, it's funny. I do respect him, but I just find it funny that he's getting a little bit too involved. Mayweather Jr. doing boxing exhibitions all over the world now. Of course, he had that WrestleMania match against Big Show years ago. Big Show is one of the men enjoying those big AEW contracts right now without having to do much. Whatever you say about Tony Khan's booking, he definitely gives a lot of wrestlers paydays without having to work that hard. So it's good for the business in that way. As this is turning back into a brawl, clothesline attempt. Knee right to the jaw. That may have been a tooth fly out of Tessa's mouth there. Another knee right to the temple. Setting Tessa up for a third knee. I would suspect she might have a concussion by this point. Tessa throws her out of the ring, but Miranda balances herself. Shoulder tackle. Hurricane Rana from Tessa on her knees. I've never actually seen a Hurricane Rana performed while someone was on their knees before. Ever. And I've been watching wrestling since I was 4 or 5 years old. Great athletes as Miranda takes a boot to the face to the turnbuckle, elbow to the jaw now to Tessa. As Miranda is in trouble now. Could we see a superplex here? I don't know what this... Miranda's fighting out of it. Miranda with a lot of headbutts. I've never seen a woman with such a pretty face deliver so many headbutts. Tessa charging Miranda now. If this was a man, I'd be a little bit more worried. That's almost a Carlito-like maneuver. So we see Tessa going for the pin here. Just a 2 count. Of course, the last match I had, speaking of Carlito, I did beat him as the Blood Hunter. As we see Tessa Blanchard taking too much time, in my opinion. But now the crowd's almost rallying behind Tessa. It seems like after nearly 25 minutes, the crowd has gained some respect for Tessa, who's going to the top rope now. So we see her outfit sparkling. Great outfit on both of these ladies. Tessa set Miranda up for something, but Miranda moves, ducks the clothesline, hits Tessa with a diamond cutter. Miranda signaling for the end of the match. Tessa looks like she's in trouble. Knee right to the face, double knee to the face. Miranda pulls her, gets on top of her. 1, 2. Third fall to Miranda Alise. I'd have to say that's an upset.
And the winner of the match, Miranda Alise.
What happened with you and Tessa Blanchard? Didn't you guys have some sort of issue at a show somewhere?
Yeah, that was like last year at WrestleCon. And I had worked with her. I've not even really worked with her, but I was going to be on WoW, and I had done a few meetings with her, and everything was great. And then I don't even know what went wrong, but and then I know she was going to work with UWW. I don't even remember the timeline exactly, but I remember WrestleCon, and I was talking to Brian, and then she just said something, and it just rubbed me the wrong way. And so she wanted me to like back down and show her all of this respect. And I'm just not like that. Like, I will 100% respect you if you respect me, and I will go to bat for everyone who is on my side and I'm on their side, and if I'm friends with them. But if you're going to come at me for nothing, just to open your mouth, we just got in some like bickering, yelling match, and that was it.
Yeah, because you're such a nice person, and I don't even understand. What would she be mad at you over? Because you're quiet. Like, I've seen you backstage. You're very quiet.
No, I am quiet, but I think she was like, she made some snarky comment like, oh, I would think for someone getting in the wrestling business, they'd want to introduce themselves and say hi to someone who made a name for themselves or was so famous, or like something like that. Like, she was one of the greatest women wrestlers, and she might be like, she had great matches. Like, she's a really great wrestler. But I don't think that, like, I don't know, like, I'd say hi to her, but I don't feel like I need to like get on my hands and knees and be like, hi Tessa, like, pick me. I just think like we were working together at UWW as colleagues. And so then for me to see her the next time and say that, like, if she wanted, we had already been introduced, I believe, because UWW was before that. So like, if she wanted to say hi to me, she could say hi to me, or not. That's fine too. Like, I don't really care, but don't be angry that I didn't say hi to you first. Like, if you really wanted to talk to me, just say, hey.
Well, I think you made a mistake not beating her up there, because you could have easily beat her up with your background, and you would have become famous in women's wrestling, because she's one of the most hated people in women's wrestling, I guess, because she's had numerous situations like that. But it's usually with women that are like, I think Ivelisse and her had heat, didn't they? But you noticed some issues with Ivelisse too, I think.
Yeah,
right?
we just we worked together at UWW. The thing about Tessa, like I heard, what she did in the ring to some girl, and I just don't agree with that. I don't agree with saying like making racial slurs in the ring. And I know like since then they've made up or whatever, but at the same time, like it still doesn't sit that well with me. And I don't know, everyone makes mistakes. I just I didn't like when I heard about it.
For Chelsea Green.
Here to set the stage for this historic matchup, Dan
Ladies
Masters.
and gentlemen, the following contest is a one-fall match with a 60-minute time limit, and it will crown the inaugural PCW Ultra Women's World Champion. Your official in charge of the action when the bell rings is Jeremy Marcus. Introducing our first participant from Charlotte, North Carolina. She is the undeniable Tessa Blanchard.
You can see the focus in the eyes of Tessa.
Her opponent from Victoria, British Columbia, Canada. Chelsea Green. One fall for the PCW Ultra Women's World Championship.
And Chelsea Green looks loose here today. She seems that she's just calm as a... I don't know if it's the calm before the storm or what's going on, but Chelsea Green seems so comfortable so far in this PCW Ultra ring. And transversely, you look at Tessa Blanchard, just all business.
You saw the championship there, the PCW World Women's Championship, going to be awarded for the very first time. And yes, both of these competitors with a great pedigree. Blanchard out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Chelsea Green from Canada. Two meccas in professional wrestling, but who will take home the gold? It is time to find out.
For over 2 years, we've waited to see a women's champion crowned here in PCW Ultra. Tonight, May 4th, 2018, we'll see a winner, we'll see a champion.
Todd Kennelly and Christian Cole here with the call of the action. Happy to bring you history right in your living room. If you're watching live on Fight TV, history will indeed be made. I'm often fluent in clichés, Christian Cole, but tonight it is for real.
You're as cliche as paper mache, Todd Kennelly, and so far both women attempting to control the wrist of one another. A nice single there by Tessa.
Tessa Blanchard, the daughter of competitor widely touted as one of the greatest scientific wrestlers of all time, and Tully Blanchard. And showing some of that expertise. Nice takedown though by Chelsea Green into the cover. Blanchard saying, hey, come on ref, back her off, back her off. But Blanchard is very full of herself though, Christian Cole. Very confident, but maybe cocky as well.
Why would you just make a jump to that type of conclusion that she's full of herself? You don't know that. You don't know her. Tessa Blanchard wouldn't talk to you if you were the last man alive, Todd Kennelly. I think she's focused. And look at this. Beautiful tiger roll there.
Boy, the pace quickening here. Who's going to get the better of this exchange? It's going to be Chelsea Green, who scores with the head scissors takedown, sweeps the leg quickly into the cover. Both ladies are feverishly looking for the victory early.
They certainly are. And again, Chelsea Green, you see that look on her face as she seems so calm, ready to go, as where Tessa seems just intensely focused. And I wonder if the different outlooks and the different mindsets that each woman has in this match will ultimately lead to a victory or a loss for them.
Excellent point, and an excellent Japanese arm drag and a follow-up by Chelsea Green. Incredible velocity and speed in that. And now the drop kick transitions to the strikes, and Blanchard, veteran instincts that were bred into her early in her life, you gotta believe, Rolls to the outside, trying to get a breather, but I don't think there's anywhere to run from Chelsea Green.
Tessa Blanchard cutting her off there at the rope. It looked as if she was trying to do a tope through the middle rope, instead eating a fistful of Tessa Blanchard.
Blanchard tries to capitalize. PCW Ultra World Women's title on the line for the very first time. Two of the very best in the world going toe-to-toe here in the PCW Ultra ring. Great atmosphere here on May the 4th. Our first of 3 huge title matches here tonight. Blanchard followed her in. Blanchard so aggressive. Oh man, keeps her guessing. Irish whip, short Irish whip into the second rope. Nobody home there for that flash elbow attempt by Blanchard. Rear waist lock now and standing switch. And so evenly matched here, Christian.
Tessa, though, with the advantage now. And Tessa able to hit that drop kick into the cover.
Tessa Blanchard, diamonds are forever, but attacking her with the precision of a diamond knife with that big strike. And maybe gonna do a little styling and profiling again, but into an Indian deathlock. Thought she was gonna go for that figure 4, signature of Ric Flair. Of course, Flair, the names Flair and Blanchard often said in the same sentence.
That's a great point, Todd, but I wanna mention, you know, Tully Blanchard, the legendary father of Tessa Blanchard, certainly raised a great woman in his daughter, Tessa. A lot of people don't like her attitude. I tend to like it. But she has defined herself as an individual. Instead of being in the shadow of her father, as many second-generation wrestlers have been throughout their lives, Tessa has made a name for herself. She is a wrestling celebrity of her own kind because of her own actions. And tonight she's going for this PCW Ultra Women's World Championship, and so far looking fantastic.
Blanchard was thinking submission there, Christian. Yeah, she certainly is. Blanchard had the guillotine on there for quite some time, but the momentum carried Chelsea Green over the top, and tough to fight from underneath against Tessa Blanchard.
Need to get to a vertical base if you're Chelsea Green, need to fight out. Tessa Blanchard just grabbing the hair, lifting Chelsea by the back of her hair, getting a stern warning there from the referee.
Fundamental here with the abdominal stretch, really making Chelsea Green pay the price. And this is another expert way for Blanchard to slow down the pace. I think when the pace quickens, it favors Green, who counters with the crossbody out of nowhere, and a count of 2. And then the sense of urgency right after that by Tessa Blanchard.
The intensity and focus of Tessa Blanchard has not wavered about 6-7 minutes into this match. She seems focused, and you could tell how important it is to her to become the first ever PCW World Women's Champion.
Big forearm strike across the bow, but now the backstabber by Chelsea Green, and that perhaps opens the window of opportunity for her, because she has been smothered, has Green, by Blanchard for most of this matchup. The time of possession has been on the side of Blanchard, but that might be about to change.
Chelsea Green able to fight out. Now both women in some pain here. Seems to me that the crowd split right down the middle, cheering for both women.
Incredible atmosphere here in this historic title matchup. Who's gonna take home the gold? And this thing getting physical. Both Blanchard and Green digging way down deep for these shots.
Tessa's starting to look frustrated, and she eats big right hands and now chops to the chest.
Punches in bunches, and the big clothesline by Chelsea Green. We talked about a quicker pace being to her benefit. You're seeing it here, flying knee in the corner. Boy, Green will hit you from all angles. Little face wash a la Otani.
Chelsea Green now with the advantage. And if she goes to that top, she's gonna be risking a lot on that top turnbuckle corner. Oh, beautiful missile drop kick by Chelsea Green.
On the money, but we saw it from Hammerstone earlier, and now you see the veteran instincts by Tessa Blanchard to get out of harm's way, at least momentarily, but nowhere to run, nowhere to hide from Chelsea Green with the suicide dive.
Chelsea Green leaving it all here in the ring. And Green right back up to her feet.
Now leaving it all in the ring, but taking it outside the ring, partner.
And Chelsea Green displaying exactly how important this Women's World Championship is to her. Back in and now for a cover.
Deep hook of the leg after the suicide dive to the outside. And now it's Tessa Blanchard who must not know which end is up, being absolutely smothered, getting turned inside out by her challenger for the title in this one, Chelsea Green. This has been just a breakneck pace since the open. This has been a sprint, not a marathon, pal.
It's absolutely true. Chelsea trying to fight off Tessa. Ooh, and a slap to the face. She's not going to pull out any stops today.
Oh, man. Variation of a downward spiral right into that turnbuckle. That'll dim your lights in a hurry.
Oh, my God.
Curb stomp.
Right into that bottom turnbuckle, Todd.
She's put away a lot of opponents. Is she going to gain the gold? Chelsea Green coming close.
And I don't know how she kicked out of that. Underneath that PCW padding is a metal ring that weighs about maybe 18 ounces or 20 ounces, and it's all steel.
Diamonds are forever indeed, from diamond rings to steel rings. And you want to talk about jewelry and hardware, the PCW Ultra Women's title on the line, and Chelsea Green almost captured it. Looking for the unprettier. Oh, look at this! Beautiful high impact there by Blanchard.
Almost a variation of an ace cutter or a stunner. Wherever it was, she hit it. But only able to get two there, Todd. And the heart of these two women as they continue to kick out.
Yeah, it was Blanchard that caught her with the knee with that magnum, as she calls it, and almost put away Chelsea Green. Both of them hitting with the heavy artillery. Oh, what a shot upstairs by Chelsea Green. Knockout shot, center of the ring.
Beautiful pump kick there by Chelsea Green. Faking the left, executing with the right, landing it right on the button. Tessa is loopy. She may be in trouble.
Whole lot of fight in both Green and Blanchard. I can't believe Green couldn't put away Blanchard with the curb stomp. And on the other side with the magnum by Blanchard, hitting their big shots. But these two continue to battle it out here on May the 4th with a chance to make history.
And they're up high there on that corner, Todd. Chelsea on the middle rope. Tessa now to the top. Dangerous territory!
Huge Hurricane Rana from the outer rim there. Blanchard gonna make history and take home the gold. No, sir, not
yet. Oh my God,
wow.
So close. And Tessa Blanchard expressing the frustration on her face now as she seems to be perturbed and confused. How do I put Chelsea Green away?
Well, you're not kidding, partner. The magnum, that big knee strike, didn't get it done. Now a Hurricane Rana off the top. Man. After what these two have endured already. And the crowd here at the Ultratorium telling you what it's all about. We can lay out for a second, partner.
These fans are so energetic, supporting both women. They know the history on the line here. Tessa knows the history as she climbs.
Oh my goodness, look at this though. What the hot mess is here. This alter ego of Chelsea Green, and this is trouble indeed for Tessa Blanchard. And look at the aggression by the hot mess. Code red, and she's seeing red.
Right on her head, spiked. Oh my God! And only two. And this historic match continues. And how the hell did Tessa Blanchard kick out of that?
The hot mess arrives on the scene, hits that beautiful flip power bomb, and Blanchard continues to find a way to fight on in this one. This has been something to partake, my friend. Incredible action.
You could see Chelsea Green, Laurel Van Ness, whatever you want to call her, she is now desperate. As she's placing Tessa Blanchard on that top turnbuckle. And this is probably the 4th or 5th time we've seen them go high risk. What'll happen here, Todd?
What does Hot Mess have in mind here? I don't know if she was thinking maybe Northern Lights from the top. Who knows at this point?
Once that lipstick's on the face of Chelsea Green, you can almost see something snap inside of her. Whole goes crazy.
Whole different demeanor.
Top!
She had one in the chamber, yes!
New champion!
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner and the first ever PCW Ultra Women's World Champion, Tessa Blanchard!
What a victory by Tessa Blanchard!
What's up, you guys? It's me, Rachel Ellering, here for my very first time at PCW Ultra. I could not be more excited to be here. I've heard nothing but good things. And where the good things are, that's where I want to be. Hence why I'm here to wrestle Miss Tessa Blanchard, someone I am very, very familiar with. I think a good analogy for Tessa is, you know when you have a reoccurring dream or a reoccurring nightmare? That is Tessa and I. Whether that is the dream match for most people to see, or for her and I, the nightmare of facing each other. We faced each other when I was 6 months into my career, a year into my career, a year and a half. But now we've taken a little break. And that makes me very, very excited. Because I know and I expect nothing but the best from Tessa. She does nothing but improve and bring her game to another level, as do I. She seems to know all my tricks, but I seem to know all of hers. So tonight, I think I'm gonna have to pull out an extra trick, something she's never seen before. I'm looking forward to it, and I think you guys are in for a treat. See you there.
My name is Tessa Blanchard, PCW Ultra Women's Champion. And I want to tell you guys something about Rachel Ellering. You see, Rachel and I, we got along, we were great friends. You know, I really liked Rachel. We shared locker rooms together. I was a fan of her work, actually, until we shared the ring with each other. And I saw just how superior I am to Rachel Ellering. I saw that Rachel Ellering can't hold a candle to Tessa Blanchard. So going into tonight, I'm not worried in the slightest, because I know that I will retain my women's championship, because I'm better than Rachel Ellering, and because I have this and she doesn't.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a one-fall match with a 60-minute time limit. It is for the PCW Ultra Women's World Championship. Your official in charge of the action once the bell rings is Mickey Morano. Introducing first our challenger. She comes to us tonight from St. Paul, Minnesota. She is the queen of strong smile, Rachel Ellering.
Great ovation for Rachel Ellering.
Her opponent, she is the current reigning and defending PCW Ultra Women's World Champion from Charlotte, North Carolina. She is the undeniable Tessa Blanchard.
She absolutely is undeniable, Todd.
60-minute time limit.
I couldn't think of a better woman to take this PCW Ultra division. It's brand new. We just started it May the 4th. In her second match, she will defend this crown, and can she cement herself as the PCW Ultra Women's Champion?
Blanchard's first title defense against a tough competitor, powerful competitor who was also born and bred into this business in Rachel Ellering. And yes, these two have stepped out of those shadows, but you can't deny that it is a strength as well. And Rachel Ellering, the daughter of the legendary manager Paul Ellering, who managed the likes of the Legion of Doom, and Ellering, a championship powerlifter, as I mentioned, looks to have the strength the likes of an Animal or Hawk. And on the other side, just pure pedigree when it comes to Blanchard, who made history, as you mentioned, overcame Chelsea Green in an incredible match, overcame the hot mess as well. But can she defend the gold? It's one thing winning the title, it's another thing putting it on the line and keeping it.
And both Paul and Tully are absolute Hall of Famers in our industry, certified two of the greatest of all time to walk into this business. But make no mistake about it, Tessa Blanchard won that championship in the ring by herself and did it impressively over Chelsea Green, another one of the great women's wrestlers of today. And Rachel Ellering's in for a big challenge here.
Yeah, both really embody their upcoming as well. The power of Ellering, the technical expertise of the champion Blanchard, who's been making waves all over the globe, including recently in Impact Wrestling. Great contingent from Impact in the house tonight, including our main event later on tonight, PCW Ultra Heavyweight title on the line, the Steel Cage. Champion Penta El Cero Miedo defending against Sami Callihan. Pure hatred between these two. Pure respect thus far between champion and challenger in this one.
Ellering actually really digging that headlock in, but able to reverse is Tessa Blanchard.
Feeling out process, these two competitors, champion and challenger, familiar with one another. They've done battle in the past. And Ellering has been an active competitor, a little bit shorter in duration than the champion Blanchard, but can make up for that in power, to be sure. Nice takedown by Blanchard, looking for the early cover.
And you look there, able to control the head and neck is Tessa Blanchard, and this is what makes her so great. I mean, she understands the wrestling business. She's able to work her opponent. Whoa, there's a great reversal by Ellering. And both women just really so impressive.
Again, the first of 4 big title matches here tonight. Can Blanchard hold on to the gold? As we've seen here in PCW Ultra, it can be tough getting that first championship defense.
It's a great point, Todd.
In the first title reign of Penta El Cero Miedo, lost the title in his first title defense against none other than the whole effort show, Rob Van Dam. A loss that he would overcome later on, successfully defending the title against RVD. Will history be made here in this one? Pace quickens. Nice leg trip there by the champion, quick cover. And the other way, beautiful sweep there by Blanchard. The bridge by the champion, the takedown by Blanchard, back and forth. Great action with the World Women's title on the line, and a great respect being shown by the faithful.
Yeah, these fans know great wrestling when they see it. They show the respect that these two women have earned. And Tessa Blanchard, I spoke with her earlier. You know, she mentioned how important this PCW Ultra Women's Champion is. If you're the first of anything, well, that's first place, you know? Second place is the first place loser, Todd.
Sure thing. Well, that's why they lace them up and go to battle. The power on display there, attempting to go upstairs.
If you're not first, you're last.
Well, when the title's on the line, that is the case. Here you see the power on display by Ellering, but again, the prowess of the champion to get out of there. Nothing pretty about that, but effective, and a nice shot there by the challenger, and Blanchard is trying to head for the hills.
Tessa needs to recover on the outside, needs to get her wits here. Rachel Ellering getting some momentum, but beautiful. I absolutely love it. Tessa using that top rope to her advantage, in for a cover, and that's the genius of the Blanchards, and specifically Tessa. With the hair hanging from the rope, you can
literally,
see.
Yes.
She's ripping the hair out of her opponent, using the top rope for an advantage. This is the kind of pro wrestling I grew up with. It's the kind that I like.
Tully Blanchard, of course, used the ring, used all of his surroundings. He had that big slingshot suplex, put away countless, and now Tessa Blanchard using the top rope here, just raking the eyes of the challenger. Referee admonishing her for it, but you got a 5 count to work with.
And Tessa talking trash, too.
Well, she's awfully good at that.
Oh, right into that middle rope.
But she can certainly back it up. Speaking of the champion, nobody home there. Some agility by Ellering. And again, right back to the power game. Out the back door, and I'll tell you, the champ is elusive. She is tough to get a hold of.
She absolutely is, Todd. There's a reason she's PCW Ultra Women's Champion. In for that cover now. And 2 only, Todd. And when I think of all of the wrestlers past in the 80s, and specifically in the 80s and maybe even into the 90s, there's such a toughness associated with pro wrestling that Tessa Blanchard and Rachel Ellering both bring to the table.
Almost a variation of an Indian deathlock, and there you see it, that added pressure. Well, I'll tell you, Tully probably had some wars with Wahoo McDaniel back in the day. And Blanchard, Tessa Blanchard that is such a great student of the game. Can truly do it all, and I know I keep mentioning the power of Ellering, but you can't sleep on the power of Blanchard either.
That's exactly right, and Tessa's certainly a student of the game, but she's become more of almost a sensei in her own way with her knowledge of this business and her awareness inside the ring, her IQ to promote herself, to do everything she needs to do. There's a reason she's champion. And with Ellering, she's been so impressive as a power lifter in the past and creating her own reputation for herself, and she's just got a tall task here against the champion.
Indeed, and well put, because it's very tough to fight from underneath against the champion. She makes very few mistakes, and she will exploit anything you do. Spinning slam, though, by Ellering, using her power.
Trying to reverse there, trying to torque out and do what she can to avoid it. But it feels like both competitors really took up the brunt of the mat on that last maneuver.
We mentioned in Impact Wrestling, Tessa Blanchard has faced many of the greats there. And in her time in NXT, Rachel Ellering, not to be outdone, faced the likes of Alexa Bliss, Ember Moon, Liv Morgan, Sonya Deville.
Yeah, and none of them are as good as Tessa Blanchard.
Some of the top stars in all of women's wrestling today. And now champion and challenger start to trade, and it might come down to who can dig down deeper.
These women challenging each other with strikes. See who's got it.
It's getting real physical here with the PCW Ultra World Women's title on the line, and now the power, the strikes, getting the better of the champion is Ellering, starts to go to work, and this is her longest lasting advantage thus far in this championship matchup. Nice flying forearm, and again doubling up, and the champ is rocked and in trouble. STO!
Yeah, big trouble here, Todd. And again with a spinning leg drop.
Beautifully done. History to be made. Only a count of 2. What a series of moves there, Christian Cole.
Ellering out of absolute nowhere comes back, fights back into this match, and impressive.
The STO, high impact, followed by very impressive athleticism with the springboard twisting leg drop. But what can she do now? Thinking more power perhaps, power bomb maybe? Out of there is the champion. Boy, Tessa Blanchard, it's like she's underwater the way she can move, but not anymore. She's in deep water right now with the challenger. Senton by Ellering, double hook of the leg. Champ kicks it too, wow.
Wow, indeed. We saw that shades of Matt Riddle from earlier tonight. That senton, using the rope to speed up her momentum and just dropping that senton all on the torso and solar plexus, taking the breath away from Tessa Blanchard.
King of Bros was victorious in his debut. Will the same be said for Rachel Ellering? What a debut that would be, taking home the gold. That's exactly what Blanchard did last time out.
If Matt Riddle's the king of bros, Rachel Ellering could be the king of go, but she just got hit with a code breaker. Oh my God, she was hung up in that rope, a terrible position to start for Ellering, and she got the worst of it.
She loves that face buster. She refers to it as the Magnum. Named, of course, for one of her trainers. There's Tully Blanchard, but she was also trained by the legendary Magnum TA. And that usually does it, and it didn't in this case, and you can see the champion not looking quite as confident, Christian, thinking if the Magnum doesn't do it, what's it gonna take? Off the top now, nobody home.
Both women back up though, Todd. Look at this.
Oh, just power. Just bull rushed the champion, Christian.
Grounded pound now from Ellering. We talked about the strikes and strength of Ellering. And she just tosses Tessa.
Might just be too much power. Spine buster on delivery, gonna take home the gold. Beautiful cover, all the way down over the shoulders, but credit to the champion for finding a way to kick out.
Just the effort for that cover can take so much out of you to stretch and bridge like that, putting all the weight down on your opponent. You're clenching all your muscles, trying to hold someone down who doesn't want to be held down, who doesn't want to lose her PCW Ultra Women's Championship.
Again, big strikes now by the challenger, who has really taken over this matchup with pure physicality. Oh, look out of nowhere! Beautifully done by the champion, digging down deep. No, it is not, sir.
My God. And you could see Tessa frustrated as she just gave an incredible cutter out of absolute nowhere to Rachel Ellering, and it's still Ellering kicking out, displaying how important this PCW Ultra Women's Championship is.
The timing was perfect, the impact, no pun intended, was perfect, but look at this. Uncertainty creeping in. Undeniable? Perhaps not.
We're gonna find out right now if she's unbreakable. She keeps going to high risk, putting herself in jeopardy, putting that championship in jeopardy.
It's not often that Tessa Blanchard is at a loss for what to do to put somebody away, and that is what the body language is telling me right now. The champion doesn't seem to have an answer for the power of the challenger.
You can see that attitude in the eyes of Rachel Ellering. She said she's doing it for her heart here. Whoa! Executes well here. It's a cover, and only two, Tom.
What a move there by the challenger. Thought it was going to be a superplex, but put a nice little twist on it, turned it into a sit-out powerbomb, and not enough.
You could feel the tension in this room. And that was so close. We almost made history again. 2 shows in a row, 2 women's champions. What would it be like to watch Rachel Ellering walk out with Tessa Blanchard's title?
Well, Blanchard might find that out the hard way. More high impact. And now a sense of urgency by the champion. That blood is pumping hard and heavy through the body of Blanchard now. She's seeing red. Oh, the magnum off the top! How on earth did she capitalize and hit that? But she did.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, and still PCW Ultra Women's World Champion, the undeniable Tessa Blanchard.
And the passion.
Wrestling fans, this contest is a one-fall match with a 60-minute time limit. When the bell rings, the official in charge of the action, our senior referee, Rick Knox. This bout is for the Ultra Women's Championship. Introducing first. This contest is for the Crash and PCW Ultra Women's Championship. Introducing first our challenger. She hails from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Britt Baker. Her opponent, she is our current reigning, defending PCW Ultra and the Crash Women's Champion from Charlotte, North Carolina, the undeniable Tessa Blanchard.
Stage is set for our first of 2 championship contests here tonight. 2 titles on the line, so high risk for the champion. and the opportunity for extremely high reward for the challenger, Britt Baker, who has an opportunity to walk away a double champion just as Tessa Blanchard comes into this matchup. The women's division has really exploded here on the scene at PCW Ultra, and much in thanks to the champion, a true class act, an incredible athlete who's competed all around the world. And how impressive has Blanchard been? Won the title by defeating Chelsea Green, overcame the hot mess in that matchup as well, and then scored her first title defense at Opposites Attack, taking on and defeating the powerhouse powerlifter Rachel Ellering, and now must face a familiar foe again in Britt Baker.
Yeah, and honestly, Todd, you didn't even talk about the fact that Tessa Blanchard is wrestling in Canada. She's wrestling in Mexico. She's wrestling all over the United States. She's well-traveled. She has an injured right knee. We're not sure how that's going to look today, but she wants to start off with a bit of sportsmanship.
Little styling and profiling there by Tessa Blanchard. Of course, her father, Tully, a member of the legendary Four Horsemen, along with the likes of Ric Flair, Arn Anderson. And Tessa Blanchard starts to go to work. You mentioned the knee. We'll see if that becomes a factor, because the knee is a true weapon of Blanchard, one that has paid dividends because she loves that knee strike, the Magnum, as she calls it, named for Magnum TA. And we'll see if she's able to utilize it. She might have to change her game plan offensively. And Britt Baker, look at that, making the champion flinch in the early going.
I spoke at length with Tessa Blanchard recently, and she talked about the unique upbringing that she has and how that's influenced her in her wrestling career, how it's influenced some of the women in different locker rooms and how they've treated her, and how she's had to persevere in many ways in our sport that many people don't really understand. And she has put a solid game through here into the wrestling ring, and I think she seems to be able to do everything well.
Well, she couldn't take down Britt Baker in the early going. She went for a couple of arm drags, went for a backslide, and came up empty, going to the well several times. Variation of a sling blade there by the challenger, Britt Baker, and the champion rolling to the outside. I don't know if it was the momentum or trying to take a little time out, but the challenger getting the best of the champion in the early going.
Yeah, Tessa's smart. She's going to go outside of the ring. She's going to take a breath, maybe 2 or 3. Tessa's going to go at her pace. There's a reason she's women's champion here in the United States and also in Mexico. I can imagine she'll win a championship in Canada very soon.
Well, just had a great outing in Canada as part of Impact Wrestling Slammiversary. Got a victory over Allie Impact, one of her nemesis. And just, she has been on top of her game no matter where she goes, but especially putting the Ultra women's title on the map here in PCW Ultra. She's been a great champion, but how long can she keep this up, this pace, the amount of battles, and takes the challenger right into the guardrail on the outside?
Yeah, a violent collision from Britt Baker into that rail as Tessa follows it up with a choke with that boot straight on the throat. And now she's asking the referee to count, and this is brilliant by Tessa Blanchard. She's going to keep this championship no matter what. I don't think she'll be out for a 10 here, but that's smart.
Yeah, Dr. Baker was momentarily out of the office, courtesy of the champion, and Tessa Blanchard will try and hold on to that title by any means necessary. And again, the champion's advantage, because Britt Baker has to win the title by pinfall or submission in the ring if she wants to become not only the Ultra champion, Ultra Women's champion, but the Crash Lucha champion as well.
What a night it would be for Britt Baker to walk in with no titles, walk in with no reputation really here at PCW Ultra specifically, and to walk out with 2 championships. I mean, for Britt Baker, she has an incredible opportunity in front of her, and it's a credit to Tessa, a fighting champion. These 2 women going back and forth now, and wow, Tessa runs in and eats a boot.
A fighting champion indeed, but at what point is the champ ripe for the picking when the battles that she has had lately become a factor? Oh, a variation of the Magnum there. Caught Britt Baker.
That was violent, Todd.
It could be over. Wow. How did Baker dig down deep and kick out of that? The Magnum has put away countless opponents.
Such a violent maneuver by Tessa Blanchard there. Those knees landing directly into the face of Britt Baker, but if you look at that right knee, she actually has tape underneath. Just underneath the knee pad does Tessa Blanchard. And you can see that tape. And how many times can she try to deliver an offense with that knee before she hurts herself?
That's a good point. We'll see what kind of speed she can generate. Looking pretty good here, but nobody home for that short back elbow. And the champion feeling it. And look at that, a little shot down to the knee. Does some damage, although it was the opposite of the injured knee. Now look at the style and profile, perhaps figure 4.
But can she pull this off?
Nope, elects for the Indian deathlock instead.
And that's in, Todd. If you look there, that she's got great leverage on both legs, and she's using her left leg to push the quadriceps and knee away from Britt Baker in ways that you're not supposed to get your leg pushed. I mean, that's hyperextending the knee of Britt Baker, and Baker doing everything to fight out.
Tessa turns into the pressure now, and now transitions to strikes, the ground and pound, as the champion is still all tied up at the moment. So great wrestling here being displayed by Tessa Blanchard, really applying the pressure now. As the arms are seized as well, it makes it very tough for Baker to get out of here. She's really close to the ropes, but she doesn't have an appendage
Britt Baker
to get there.
Have a way to even,
yes.
Yeah, there it is, but able to roll and get to that bottom rope. But I mean, she didn't have a way to even tap out. She was all tied up, Todd. Have to quit verbally in that scenario.
But again, at this point, you see the effects there on the knee of the champion as well. So a bit of a sacrifice play. We'll see if it pays off. Does she have the ability and the foundation with that knee? She didn't there to get the suplex. Ooh. Nice swinging neck breaker of sorts by the challenger, but the challenger's leg paid the price in that Indian deathlock as well.
Yeah, she's really favoring that left knee as Britt Baker. Tessa Blanchard applied a ton of pressure, and that maneuver was locked in for 30, 40 seconds. You could do a lot of damage, tear the ligaments within that knee. Knox is at 6 already, Todd.
Well, you know, and if you're the champion, maybe you just elect to stay down here, a double count out, the title would stay home. But I think Tessa Blanchard has more pride than that. As she says, she's undeniable. She doesn't come in there to merely hold on to the gold. She wants to prove a point. She wants to prove that she's the very best in the sport today.
Look at Blanchard. She wants more. Blanchard, she's absolutely one of the toughest women in this division. And these two girls now throwing big forearms at each other. And beautiful clothesline by Baker, and follows it up by another one. Britt Baker's fired up here, Todd.
Sure is, and the challenger's got the champion all kinds of off balance at this point. Another big shot. There's a beautiful reverse neck breaker. Used all the momentum off the ropes. Uh-oh, look out here. Famouser, rocker, dropper, call it what you will, but call it effective. And a close call there for Baker. Dr. Baker will go to work on the jaw and make you pay the price.
Tessa doing everything she could to kick out there. She put everything in that kick out, and she wants to take these championships back to her mantle at home.
And her challenger, Dr. Baker, trying to maybe take a couple teeth and take a couple titles, because not one but 2 championships on the line here. That's sound the alarm. It's got the double underhook in. Hands are seized. What's the challenger looking for here? Nice takedown defense. A lot of power in that body of the champion. Wow, just ragdolls the challenger down into a variation of the roll of the dice. And coming in with this knee injury, the champion gambling, and especially when you figure she's putting both titles on the line here, Christian.
Well, she's a fighting champion, Todd. I mean, Tessa Blanchard showing that she has the courage to come into PCW Ultra, win the championship, and then put it on the line, and not just that, but the Crash title too. And she's in a great spot now to retain both championships. And no, 2.5 there.
Off of a beautiful cutter there by Tessa Blanchard. Undeniable perhaps, but she was denied the victory there because Baker digs down deep and kicks out. And now you see that unfamiliar uncertainty by the usual very confident Tessa Blanchard.
Look at Tessa now. She's going out. Will she go high risk here, Todd?
Got to be careful. Can that knee hold up? If not, this could be disastrous for the champion. Off the top. Oh, man, and that knee could buckle there, but looks to be getting around okay, except for that kick.
Big forearm to follow up. Now up into the fireman's carry position, into a cutter. Beautiful there by Britt Baker. Can she win the title? And no. Oh, but Tessa rolls out, Todd, and she rolls directly into a submission maneuver. And look at Britt Baker now.
Submission, one of the two ways that Britt Baker can take home the gold, trying to rearrange the facial features of the champ.
And Tessa's tied up good here. That right arm is trapped. And Britt Baker ripping Tessa. My God, her face is just, oh no, and just a 2 count. Todd, her thumbs in the mouth of Britt Baker, trying to rip the face open. I mean, it was such a terrible position there.
Just giving her a dental exam. She just graduated from dental school, partner. Back up to their feet, and I'll tell you what, the champion, Tessa Blanchard, knows that once again she is in one heck of a fight, and that has been par for the course for her tenure here in PCW Ultra. But she's been undeniable thus far. Will that be the case here with the gold on the line and a whole lot of it?
Baker stalking Tessa up to the top, and now these women striking as they stand in a precarious position, 8 to 10 feet off the top of the canvas, even further from the floor. This is not where you want to be, Todd Kennelly. You need to find a way to get back into the center of the ring and get a pinfall.
Certainly so, and the champ gets the better of that striking exchange and has the challenger in a precarious position because Blanchard has the high ground.
Oh, Tessa! A flying code breaker, incredible by Blanchard.
Magnum off the top, but the challenger rolls out of the ring. What a lucky break, or is it great ring awareness by Britt Baker? Because this thing undeniably would have been over if that was center of the ring.
There's no question. If Tessa was a little quicker to get the pin, to drag Britt Baker to the center, she would have got the 1, 2, 3. She would have retained both of her championships.
But it might be double jeopardy for Baker. She wasn't pinned, so this match continues, but Blanchard holds on the gold with a countout victory as well, and we're over halfway there, but Blanchard,
what is this?
The champion gonna chase here, Christian.
Tessa breaks the count. She might have gotten a 10 count victory there. That would have sealed the championship for her. Instead, you could see how angry she was, and she just went outside. This is what I'm talking about, Todd, a fighting champion. She brings her back in the ring. She's gonna get a victory the right way.
That remains to be seen. She hasn't been able to put away Baker just yet.
Yeah, but Todd, she could have got the count out. I mean, she literally went back into the ring with her opponent.
I agree.
What a badass. And Tessa seems like she might
it might cost her here. The championship's gonna go right out the window.
Oh my God.
Baker with the super kick. Talk about rearranging the jaw.
And will Tessa Blanchard regret what she did? She brought Britt Baker back into the ring when
Dr. Baker doesn't need laughing gas because she put her to sleep with that. No.
My goodness. And the drama here, I mean, many would say that Tessa Blanchard should be walking back up the ramp with her championships right now. But instead, this match continues.
Judgment call that will be second guessed if Tessa Blanchard loses not 1 but 2 titles. Fireman's carry now. Britt Baker, the champion, out the back door, scores with the DDT. Beautiful counter. Jake the Snake Roberts would be proud of that one.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of the match, and still PCW Ultra and the Crash Women's Champion, the undeniable Tessa Blanchard. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a one-fall bout with a 30-minute time limit. It's for the PCW Ultra Women's World Championship. Your official in charge of the action once the bell rings is Rick Knox. Introducing first our challenger. She hails from Miami-Dade County, Florida. She is your challenger, Diamonte! Diamonte! Her opponent, she is your current reigning, defending PCW Ultra Women's Champion from Charlotte, North Carolina, the undeniable Tessa Blanchard. One fall for the championship.
Oh, and right into the face of Diamonte goes the champion. Tessa Blanchard loves confrontation. She loves a challenge. She has one in front of her tonight. Diamonte, a serious and legitimate threat at Tessa Blanchard's PCW Ultra Women's Championship. And perhaps a bit of gamesmanship from Tessa to start this match off, getting in the head of Diamonte.
Tessa Blanchard, this marks her 4th time in the PCW Ultra ring, her 3rd straight title defense. Will it be another successful title defense? I mentioned she's been traveling the globe. Incredible matches here in PCW Ultra, Impact Wrestling, all over the place. Made headlines recently, going to be part of WOW. And at some point, does that take its toll on the champion?
I wasn't listening to you, but yes. I rarely listen to you, Todd. To me, it's just me, High Chew, and some cameras and some wrestling.
You might want to try it. You might learn something.
Bastard.
Diamonte, a lot of swagger, a lot of confidence, and you can see from Diamonte's frame, she is a powerhouse in her own right.
Yeah, but she's going up against one of the toughest champions this industry has to offer in Tessa Blanchard.
I think she's also the toughest.
She is definitely the toughest. Thanks, Todd.
And now, you don't want to turn your back. That's a cardinal rule in professional wrestling, and again, Tessa Blanchard, undeniable, was born and bred into this great sport. Head scissors takedown by Diamonte, who's moving very well, and it must be documented that Diamonte coming back from a severe ACL knee injury, but it's certainly not limiting her momentum, but that did. Walked right into the spear by the champion. This could be over before it begins.
Beautiful spear. Tessa running back into the ring, cutting Diamonte off in the center, nearly cutting her in half. And Tessa Blanchard, she's in for a fight here, Todd, but she really has proven that there's really no one on her level in this industry today. One of the great free agents this industry has to offer is Tessa Blanchard. Wow. Recently signing a contract with Impact Wrestling, and boy did they pick up a huge star in Tessa.
Nobody home for that short back elbow, and you can see the champion shaking that off. That can take out your tricep in a hurry. It could dislocate your shoulder, your AC joint, and the champion still having trouble, but goes back to the well. This time goes for the drop kick, and you can see the anguish in the challenger as Blanchard goes for the victory, only a count of 2.
She has that quality, that 4 horsemen-like quality that her father set the tempo with just 2 or 3 decades ago. I mean, with Tessa Blanchard, I mean, she has such a toughness behind her, and she takes this so seriously. When she's not wrestling, she's training. Recently brought in as one of the women of wrestling trainers here in Southern California. She's only 23 years old, Todd. I mean, the accomplishments on this girl's resume, you know, they scream very loudly of how successful she can be. And frankly, she's been doing it on her own. She's been creating this resume on her own. I don't care what anybody says. It's the passion and anger that you see in her face that continues to lift her to new levels.
Absolutely, and her father, Tully Blanchard, known for his scientific wrestling acumen, but you see a little bit of the enforcer in Tessa Blanchard as well, because she will punish her opponents. She will hold on to that title by any means necessary, and now you see a nice mix of it. Really wrenching on the arm, this abdominal stretch, but also will transition to strikes as well.
Yeah, certainly. That's locked in very good, that abdominal stretch, putting a ton of pain in that right part of the rib cage. Oh, able to fight out.
Diamonte turned that into a crossbody, countered, shifted her weight, And Blanchard has that scientific acumen, but Diamonte, a member of LAX, she's got that street smarts, and she is certainly ready for a fight, is the challenger.
Open-handed slaps from Diamonte to the champion. It's almost Diamonte testing Tessa and asking her if she really wants to fight, if she really wants that PCW Ultra Women's Championship.
On the outside now, and this, we'll see if this bodes well for the champion. Fighting someone who loves that anything goes environment, and for Diamonte, she can't win the gold out here. Wow, this thing getting personal in a hurry, partner.
Open-handed slap actually rocks Tessa. Tessa on her back heels now. Diamonte fighting back like crazy. You can see the passion and desire that Diamonte has to potentially hold up that women's championship here.
And it seems to me, the first of 4 title matches, that referee Rick Knox allowing a lot of leniency. I don't see him, we don't have a shot of it right now, but not even thinking about a count. We want to see a winner here, partner.
Absolutely, we do. We've waited a long time for this match. One of the most highly anticipated matches on this card tonight is this women's championship match.
Wheelbarrow there by the champion, takes Diamonte into the guardrail. The wheelbarrow cultivating nothing but pain.
Yeah, PCW Ultra is known for its violence. It's part of the synonyms when people think of the title PCW Ultra, and Tessa Blanchard slamming Diamonte's head right into that steel guardrail. Diamonte having trouble now recovering. Tessa in firm control on the outside.
Blanchard, of course, recently a phenomenal matchup in Chicago, and now right back out here to the West Coast, putting the title on the line. So you cannot say that Blanchard is not every bit a fighting champion wherever she goes and whatever title she might be defending. Wow. Can you believe that the champ is beating, at this point, somebody like Diamonte in what in essence has turned into a street fight?
Yeah, excuse me for 1 second. Dan, if you grab any more of my high chews, I'm gonna beat your ass. Stay away from the high chew. Sorry, go on.
Well, right now it's the champion that's chewing up the competition, you might say it, and I don't know that Diamonte knows if she's in Wilmington or the impact zone.
Look at this, though, able to fight back, perhaps slice Britt on the outside, and Tessa Blanchard's cranium crashing directly into the cement, and the champion is in trouble.
That might be a way for her to turn the tables, and we'll see if Diamonte can get back to her feet and perhaps more importantly get Tessa Blanchard, the champion, back in the ring, because that's the only place that Diamonte can win the gold and make history.
Yeah, of course, Diamonte, there is no title changes in a disqualification or a count out. Diamonte needs to get Tessa back into the ring. Rick Knox is already at count of 7.
Yeah, the count's going on now. Both champion and challenger roll in, and this thing will continue.
But look at that. Tessa didn't need to go back in the ring, but Tessa decided to go back and defend that championship squarely in the middle of the ring. Kudos to Tessa Blanchard, a fighting champion.
Living up to that moniker, undeniable indeed, but not if Diamonte has anything to say about it. And we'll see who gets the better of this exchange. Diamonte saying, hey champ, bring it.
How tough is Diamonte in her debut, showing that she's street smart and she's street strong. Hits that rope with momentum, comes back with a forearm. Champion looks loopy here, Todd.
An entirely different, when you're the champ, you got to take on all comers and all styles. And this, I think, is the most physical encounter and volatile encounter that we've seen for Blanchard when it comes to the PCW Ultra Women's Championship. Oh, man.
A little French from Diamonte.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, look at that beautiful back uppercut there, that back European uppercut.
Sacre bleu.
She's able to stick and move. How elusive is Diamonte? Able to duck that clothesline, deliver a German suplex. And now she's set up in the corner. What's Diamonte gonna do here?
Oh man, she's got the champ in her sights. And she shoots with heavy artillery, and that knee is holding up. Gonna put it to use.
Beautiful Shining Wizard by Diamonte, in for a cover. And just 2, veteran referee Rick Knox with a close eye on the action, and that was only 2.5. This match continues, and Tessa Blanchard still champion. But for how long, Todd?
Diamonte taking the fight to the undeniable Tessa Blanchard. This thing has been a war. Outside the ring, inside the ring, with the Ultra Women's title on the line. And Diamonte looking for more, looking to keep the pedal to the metal. A little too slow there and pays for it. That big forearm shot there, courtesy of the champion.
Tessa powering Diamonte up to the corner, isolating her in the corner. Now Diamonte somewhat tied up.
Oh man, Magnum!
Incredible!
Short, decisive, but not enough. We've seen the champion hit that Magnum double knee from virtually anywhere. Off the top, I believe it was against Chelsea Green to win the title back at May the 4th. And it looks like the champion digging down deep, gonna maybe go high risk here.
Yeah, this is a dangerous move for Tessa to go outside of the ring and potentially climb this tough turnbuckle. Yeah, that's dangerous up there. And for Tessa, if she doesn't successfully hit this, her championship could be compromised, but if she does, she could get a victory, and she misses! No! Goodness gracious! Landing all on the back of her neck is Tessa Blanchard. You can see her writhing in pain as that concussive mat crashed right into the back of her neck.
Diamonds might be forever, but Tessa Blanchard's championship
10 minutes
reign
gone by, 20 minutes remaining, 10 minutes gone.
Might not be. After that, swing and a miss, but still the presence of mind and the intestinal fortitude to get back to her feet and continue the fight here. And now, both competitors, champion, challenger, both in a precarious position here.
Certainly they are, certainly in that middle and top rope area. You're just adding so much gravity to whatever happens here. Uh-oh. This is an unsafe place for both women. Diamonte
trying to get the hooks in, it would seem. What's she have in mind? Rolls through, sunset flip, power bomb! Oh, if she could have just secured the cover, perhaps we would have had history made and a new champion, but looking to double up. Oh, the other way! Canadian Destroyer, little shades.
This is it.
Oh, that was so close, you're kidding me.
My goodness.
I thought we had a new champion crowned right then and there.
And a shock and awe goes through the crowd here at the PCW Ultratorium is somehow Tessa Blanchard able to dig deep and kick out, saving her championship.
Tessa is undeniable, and she's a fighting champion, but she might regret not staying on the floor for that count out earlier, because she is facing a fight like never before in Diamonte. I pose the question, Christian Cole, with all the travel, all the incredible battles, was the champion ripe for the picking? And that might be the case.
Certainly starting to look like the Vegas odds of this match are now ever in the favor of Diamonte as she controls Tessa. Tessa trying to fight back, but is it too late?
Headbutt by the champion, pulling out all the stops, whatever it takes. The very definition of undeniable. Didn't work before. What's she going for now? Magnum off the top! Hook of the leg! No!
Oh my God, what the hell? What the hell?
Diamonte is not human. What in the world? The short Magnum earlier. Okay, maybe too early in the match. Thought that was going to do it, but now off the top. That is how Blanchard won this title. She put away Chelsea Green with that. She put away the hot mess with that.
And you could see the confusion turning into anger as Tessa had no idea how Diamonte kicked out and now seems to have a solution that she's going right after her, ripping up Diamonte by her hair. And look at the champion Blanchard. Oh, she's caught. She's caught here, Todd.
Diamonte, the presence of mind by the challenger, incredible. Almost stole it. DDT, short flight, bad landing. Champ rolls through, tried and true and undeniable. What a victory by the Ultra Women's Champion, and she proved that she is Ultra in every sense of the word there, partner. Man, oh man, did the undeniable
Ladies and
Tessa
gentlemen,
Blanchard
your
have to
winner, and still PCW Ultra Women's World Champion, Tessa Blanchard.
And here at Vision Quest, Tessa Blanchard shows up to the building expecting a fight, and Diamonte gave her one. And what a fight it was. And the champion remains champion, and Tessa Blanchard walks out with her possession, her prized possession, and that PCW Ultra Light Heavyweight Women's Champion, that Women's Championship.
And great sportsmanship being shown by the champion against a challenger that took her to the limit and then some. We were a fraction. I'm talking paper thin. This is how close Diamante came to making history, but somehow, some way, the champion Tessa Blanchard able to dig down deep and
You're
remain.
giving visual aids? Is that what that was? That was your little visual aid?
That's
Let me
what I
give you a
did.
visual aid right here. Jordan 3s, baby. Got the J's on, and they look like sneakers. Look how beautiful these things are, Todd. Smell my feet.
No thanks.
Smell them.
Well, we are going to have to take a break from the live action because, quite frankly, we need to catch our breath after that. Not the breath I was looking to catch.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest, a one-fall match with a 60-minute time limit, and it is for the PCW Ultra Women's Championship. Your official in charge of the action once the bell rings is Rick Knox. Introducing first, our challenger. She hails from Moon Creek, Georgia. She is Hell's favorite harlot, Priscilla Kelly. Wow. Her opponent is our current reigning, defending PCW Ultra Women's Champion from Charlotte, North Carolina, the undeniable Tessa Blanchard. One fall for the championship.
Tessa is back. PCW Ultra Championship in her right hand. Rick Knox about to call for the action, and this is the match that I've been looking forward to all week, Todd, because it is Tessa Blanchard, the premier dominant pro wrestler in the world today, against Priscilla Kelly, who comes in with an incredible resume. And what a match this is going to be.
Tessa Blanchard, the only competitor to wear the PCW Ultra Women's Championship, defeated Chelsea Green back at May the 4th to hold that honor, an honor that she's held on to ever since, has defended the gold on each and every event since that time, puts it on the line here again against Hell's favorite harlot. And Priscilla Kelly is very dangerous, however. She's got great submission skills, high impact offense, and Priscilla Kelly will play the mental game of chess as well. She'll try and get into your head. Fittingly enough here, that PCW Ultra possessed.
She's been in my head literally all day, Todd, has Priscilla Kelly. So there's that.
But is she in the head of the champion? That's what remains to be seen. Usually, Tessa Blanchard has ice water running through those veins. Side headlock, it's so fundamentally sound. Is Blanchard the champion again, born and bred into this great sport?
Yeah, she certainly has pro wrestling coursing through her veins and her DNA.
Her father, Tully Blanchard, one of the greatest technicians in the history of professional wrestling, but Blanchard, I'm sure you'll be quick to mention, has really carved her own path and has been truly the elite when it comes to female competitors and champions.
And it was the influence of her stepfather, Magnum TA, who really was able to build her into that tough character that she is now. There's nothing fake about Tessa Blanchard. She's one of the realest women you'll ever meet. Frankly, she actually reminds me of Ronda Rousey. I think you put Tessa Blanchard up against any of these women in camo here at the CXF where you're calling all the fights. I think she could whoop some ass over there too. She's an incredible athlete, is Tessa Blanchard. Do it all.
Skilled wherever you want to take the fight. If you want to trade shots, she can go. If you want to get on the mat and grapple, yep, she can do that too. And high impact, you mentioned.
Look at that, Todd. A little gamesmanship from Kelly. She had wrist control, but she saw Tessa rolling and decided to let it go. And the consequence of which was Tessa rolling into the ropes.
Yep. I mentioned that Hell's favorite harlot would play the mind games as well. Coming up with the roll-up right now is Priscilla Kelly, looking to do what no one else has been able to do here in PCW Ultra, and that is defeat the undeniable one. Proof positive right here again, Christian Cole, that the very best talent in all of professional wrestling coming right through the door here at PCW Ultra.
Certainly the hottest free agents on this planet are wrestling here at PCW Ultra. The who's who, from ACH to Shane Strickland, from Diamonte to Priscilla Kelly and Tessa Blanchard. The best in the world are here at PCW Ultra. And year in and year out, we prove it, going into our 3rd anniversary here in January of 2019.
Champion trying to press the offense, but Priscilla Kelly using her agility, goes upstairs, beautiful shot. Might have the champ rocked here. Nope, only a count of 1. Champion, as if to say, not yet.
Yeah, I mean, she ate that kick, but it wasn't enough to get that lateral press down on Tessa Blanchard.
Some of that TA toughness you talked about, I was going to mention, you know, as a homage to Magnum TA, she named her signature move the Magnum, that big code breaker like knee shot. Won her the title and many matches since. Champion rushed in there looking for that back elbow. Look out here. Priscilla Kelly was looking for that half Nelson, perhaps looking to take her up and over in the 3-3-3. Half Nelson suplex, shot right to the back. As if to try and put the stake through Hell's favorite harlot from the other angle.
Yeah, but you're going to need a lot more than a stake for Priscilla Kelly. You're going to need a silver bullet. You're going to need the plague to beat Priscilla Kelly. And Tessa Blanchard knew this coming into the match. She knew the type of challenge she had, with Kelly, of course, being featured on WWE television in recent months and years with the Mae Young tournament. And Priscilla Kelly is no joke. And Tessa said, yeah, bring it on. I want to fight the women who are the who's who of this business. I want Priscilla Kelly. And I love that type of attitude from Tessa Blanchard.
She is facing the best. You mentioned Impact Wrestling, holding gold there as well. Phenomenal match at All In back September 1st. Been traveling the globe. Look at this butterfly lock really wrenching in. She's got the leg scissored as well. So making the challenger pay the price, but Priscilla Kelly able to get a hold of that bottom rope. That'll break the hold.
Kelly lucky that the position began so close to the perimeter of the ring that she was able to break that count, or break that submission rather, with a 5 count from Rick Knox. You know, both these women are so pretty, and you would think that with all the looks and charisma that they have, that maybe fighting wouldn't be the choice for them, but it's actually quite the opposite. Both women come in here so tough and so seasoned as pro wrestlers. You can see the striking and the sort of laissez-faire attitude from Tessa Blanchard, who really just doesn't give a shit. That's just the bottom line about Tessa.
Yeah, Blanchard never met a fight she didn't like. She can, as I mentioned, she can go no matter where you want to take it. Look at this. What a pinning combination. How in the world? Oh, is that Blanchard or Houdini? How did she escape that?
Tessa Blanchard, a jiu-jitsu practitioner. Beautiful standing suplex. Slight delay there, adding some force down into the center of the ring. And Blanchard, a grappling queen. And she's so tough. She's wanting to take those forearms right in the chin just to prove that she can fight with the best of everybody. And these women now going strike for strike. This has turned much more into a brawl than a wrestling match, Todd.
Turned into a slugfest in a hurry. Blanchard perhaps going to the well one too many times. Was looking for a suplex again. Nice counter by the challenger. Countered effectively and right back to the strikes. And there you see it. Really persistent there is the champion. was going to get that suplex one way or another. It gets it done by hell or high water, you might say.
Tessa Blanchard knows the path to retaining her championship. She's done it several times now. My partner alluded to the fact that she is the only ever PCW Ultra Women's Champion, but he was remiss in not mentioning that she is constantly defending this title and constantly going up against the best in the world. And Tessa Blanchard is constantly proving that she is the winning champion that we all say she is.
All that travel, all those battles all around the globe, at some point, you got to wonder if it makes the undeniable one ripe for the picking. Any of these big-time matchups could be a trap game for the champ, but somehow, some way, she always escapes with the championship, at least thus far. Pace quickens, and Kelly takes her down with a beautiful head scissors takedown. We'll see if Hell's favorite harlot is going to press the advantage.
What's Kelly doing here?
Oh, man.
Jumping through the middle and bottom rope with that suicide dive is Priscilla Kelly, and following it up with some ground and pound. Those big right hands. And Kelly now controlling the champion, Todd. And what a time for her to capitalize here.
No doubt about it. In a good position right now to make history. Beautiful STO. Oh, and that was close. Rick Knox's hand was coming down for the decisive 3. History almost made.
Could you imagine if Priscilla Kelly walks out of this Ultratorium with the PCW Ultra Women's Championship? And what that would mean for the momentum of Priscilla Kelly.
Well, no doubt about it. And what would that mean for Tessa Blanchard? To her confidence, look out here. I just can't even imagine seeing Blanchard without the title. Crucifix pin now, as the challenger is feverishly looking for the win and now sinking in. The trapped in sin version of a crossface here, really wrenching in, looking for the submission victory.
Yeah, and that trapped in sin is in so deep, Todd, but unfortunately too close to the ropes for Priscilla Kelly, as Tessa able to get referee Rick Knox to stop the submission and administer the count. And that was close. She's put a lot of women away, has Priscilla Kelly with that maneuver. And Kelly now firing on Tessa, whose championship seems to be in peril here, Todd, in the 4th quarter of this match.
Sure is, but we've said that time and time again. Will Hell's favorite harlot be the one that has that little something extra?
There's just something different about Priscilla Kelly.
That unholy advantage, perhaps.
There's that Magnum! Perfectly executed Magnum from the middle rope in the corner. And unfortunately, Kelly goes to the middle.
Tried to roll it, did just enough. Escaped the pin attempt for just long enough to regain her faculties and, fittingly enough, clear the cobwebs.
And I don't think Kelly knew where she was there, Todd Kennelly, as she rolled to the middle, trying to elude Tessa Blanchard's pinfall, but puts herself in a terrible spot there and blessed now to count out, to get kicked out rather at 2.
Got to wonder if the champion may be going to look for that Magnum off the top. That's how she won the title over Chelsea Green. Overcame the hot mess as well in times in that matchup. Challenger looking good. Putting the pressure on the champ. Goes upstairs, downstairs, back upstairs. Keeping the champ off balance. Blanchard's rocked. History to be made, but not yet.
And you could see on the eyes of Priscilla Kelly the story that's being told here, how close she was to having PCW Ultra Gold, and the way it's affecting her emotionally. You can see the anger building in Priscilla Kelly as she now attempts something high risk, perhaps.
She's got to press the advantage. You cannot give Blanchard a breath. Got to keep the pressure on. Headbutt now. And I think that now the drop kick, that could do it. The champ not moving.
Not like this.
Champ in trouble, but only a count of 2. I believe that Priscilla Kelly was trying to get the champion up there for that osteoporosis to put her away once and for all. But Blanchard, was it presence of mind? Was it luck? Was it a little bit of both? But got out of harm's way, but couldn't evade the big drop kick.
But she might be thinking about it again here, Todd. I mean, she's going to that corner just to Just to be clear, this is where that osteoporosis has taken place in the past. Trying to get wrist control on that left appendage of Tessa Blanchard.
Trying to weave that web to trap the champion, but the champ again fights her way out, slams her out of the corner. How many times did that happen to the Nature Boy over the years?
1,000,001 at least, as Blanchard now on that corner top turnbuckle. Oh, gets it! The Magnum from the top turnbuckle.
Super Magnum and another super title defense by the undeniable Tessa Blanchard.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner and still PCW Ultra Women's Champion, the undeniable Tessa Blanchard.
And I gotta tell you, Todd, a clean victory over the likes of Priscilla Kelly just continues to cement Tessa Blanchard as the fighting champion that she is.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest, one fall, 60-minute time limit. It is for the PCW Ultra Women's Championship. Your official in charge of the action when the bell rings is Rick Knox. Introducing first star challenger from San Dimas, California. She is the queen of aerobic style. Your challenger, Delila Doom.
Queen of aerobic style.
Checking that heart rate, it's got to be pretty high with the title on the line.
She is the current reigning, defending PCW Ultra Women's Champion from Charlotte, North Carolina, the undeniable Tessa Blanchard. One fall, 60 minutes for the Ultra Women's Championship.
There you see Tessa Blanchard holding that PCW Ultra Gold, and with that Impact Wrestling Women's Championship in silver and blue around her waist. She has to give those titles over to the senior official, Rick Knox. Only the PCW Ultra Championship is up for grabs in this match.
Excellent point. There you see what it's all about. Undeniable. Tessa Blanchard won the title back on May the 4th. Easy to remember is also the name of that great event, defeating Chelsea Green to become the inaugural and only still reigning and defending PCW Ultra Women's Champion, in there with a fixture in the Southern California region in Delila Doom, so both ladies may be enjoying a bit of a home court advantage here in this matchup.
Delila Doom from San Dimas, California, only about an hour and 15-minute drive from where we sit today. Certainly some Doom supporters in the crowd, you would think. I
am told that San Dimas football rules, and we will see if Delila Doom rules the roost here in the women's division. Beautiful fluid counter there by the champion. Tessa Blanchard comes up with the hammerlock. Snapmare attempt now by the queen of aerobic style and scores with it. Nice wrestling, counter wrestling in the early going. And Tessa Blanchard was really taken to war with the likes of Diamonte and Priscilla Kelly, and maybe some more agility though in this matchup with Delila Doom, so a different style of competitor that the champion is going to have to deal with here.
Yep, but just as dangerous, as you can see now. She takes a lot of risks, does Delila Doom. Crossbody successful from the top rope, and Rick Knox at 2. That's an early 2 count here in this match against the champion.
A big crossbody. Shades of Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, who no doubt Tessa Blanchard's father had some run-ins with. Cover now by the champion. Attempting to remain undeniable after the stun gun. Great counter. That'll take some of the wind from the queen of aerobic style.
Delila Doom needs to keep her heart rate in control, not let the nerves get to her in such a massive opportunity as she has in front of her. Speaking of in front of her, that rope right in front of the neck area of oh my God, of Delila Doom.
Short elbow, but targeted the back so too to break Delila Doom in half there. And now shot right to the lower lumbar. Champion quickly goes to the cover. She doesn't get paid by the hour and almost scores the quick victory over her challenger here. We mentioned that Tessa Blanchard has really faced a who's who here in PCW Ultra. The talent pool has been extremely deep.
Tessa Blanchard is showing her viciousness and that streak, that mean streak that she has. No one quite chops like Tessa Blanchard does. She digs in with every one of her strikes. She's vicious and passionate.
Well, I'll tell you what, Christian Cole, she chops like she's from Charlotte, North Carolina, and that is where she resides. Fittingly enough, champion, full head of steam. Boy, playing the mind games now is the undeniable one. Having some fun at the expense of the challenger.
We're starting to see why Blanchard was favored in this match by a lot of the wrestling pundits who knew this match was coming here at PCW Believe It. She's just so dominating. She ate a back fist right there to the left cheek.
Champion is dominant, but Delila Doom is so unpredictable and just might have that winning recipe to take the title. Look out here. Big shot there by the champion, and you got to wonder, variation of the Magnum in the opening minutes.
That could be it,
This
Todd.
thing could be over, Christian. There's one. Here comes 2, 3, no. You got to wonder where the psyche is right now of the champion, Tessa Blanchard. Taya Valkyrie, who is now the #1 contender right here in PCW Ultra, forced the champion to tap out in tag team action just days ago on Impact Wrestling.
Yeah, you know your history. I mean, there's a storied rivalry on Impact Wrestling between Taya and our champion, Tessa Blanchard, and it's really come to a head over the last couple of weeks. It was really personal, bringing up the spouse of Taya, and just really nasty and rude between the two women.
Rivalry that Delila Doom would like to insert herself into and play spoiler, rob us of that matchup and make it Doom versus Valkyrie for the title. Delila Doom firing up all over the champion right now. The champ might be ripe for the picking.
Delila Doom so feisty, able to fight off the attack. She's elusive as she rolls through, and the beautiful strike to the side of the head from Doom.
Beautiful step up enziguri there by the challenger, looking to press the offense. Doom's gonna fly. Brings a whole new meaning to Doom fly there, partner.
I think she's going again, Todd.
She's getting a few reps in, is the queen of aerobic style.
Delila Doom knows how important this moment is for her career. PCW Ultra, a mainstay here in Wilmington, just outside of Los Angeles and Long Beach, California, and she knows if she wins this championship, how much it means to her reputation just an hour away from her hometown.
Looking to hit with something big here off the top. Back elbow by the challenger, floors the champion. And there's just no stopping Delila Doom. She's got all kinds of momentum going here.
And did we think we'd see this? Delila Doom has the champion isolated, has her back against the ropes, literally.
Doom is just perpetual motion. She does not stop. What is she going for in the knee pad here? Oh, there you go.
There may have been some sweat on her forehead. She wants to be able to see.
Keep that hair out of your eyes. It's, you know, the sweat, that is a key to cardio. Into the cover now goes the challenger. Only a count of 2. Good to see that Rick Knox is still upright after that war between Brody King and Sammy Callahan.
Missed the first 4 months of this year with an injury. Glad to see him healthy. The moment now we watch as Tessa Blanchard seems to be a little loopy, weak in the knees perhaps.
I gotta believe, as now, look at this, a choke attempt, some strikes as well, all tied up. Variation of the octopus stretch here by the challenger. I really think the key for Delila Doom is the title of the show. Delila just has to have confidence. She has to believe that she can beat one of the best, if not the very best in the entire world.
Vicious elbow to the jaw of Doom. I think that may have rocked Delila Doom.
said it, partner. Playtime might be over here. The champion wants to get out there. Oh, what a cutter with authority.
It's got to be it. And Doom kicking out just after 2. Much to the surprise of these fans here in Wilmington.
And Blanchard now overcome with emotion, which we don't often see. Usually the champion has ice water flowing through her veins. Diamonds are forever, but that variation of the diamond cutter was not able to put away the challenger. And as Blanchard, after tapping out on impact, does she start to question herself?
She could be, and perhaps that's why she's going to climb to this top turnbuckle here. She may think that she needs to go high risk. Damn, she missed there.
Crucifix attempt, crucifix bomb. The title reign doomed here. No, only a count of 2.
How close was that? Picture perfect crucifix bomb. Both of these women showing why they're here on this stage. So talented.
Now a lot of emotion the other way for the challenger, who almost got it done and made history here at Believe.
Doom moving around a little quicker than Tessa Blanchard, but the champion's not out yet.
Another physical encounter for Tessa Blanchard, who has had to go to war to win the title and go to war to defend it time and time again here at PCW Ultra.
Big elbow by Doom, who jumps up to connect with the jaw of Tessa Blanchard. Champ's in a bad spot here, Todd.
Shouts like that, she might be singing "All I Want for Christmas Is My 2 Front Teeth." Delila Doom maybe thinking superplex here, partner. So much fight in the champion.
Both of these women know how important this is. So Tessa getting the better now.
Oh, she's very dangerous as the champion from this position. How she won the title, will she defend it?
Oh
Magnum!
My God! Vicious Magnum!
Fully loaded! Gets it done!
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, and still PCW Ultra Women's Champion, the undeniable Tessa Blanchard.
Christian Cole here at PCW Ultra Believe. If this truly is a Christmas story, all Tessa Blanchard wanted was a Red Ryder BB gun, and she shot it with both barrels with the Magnum off the top.
Wait, what is this? Taya Valkyrie is walking out near the booth's entrance. Is that Taya? It's dark.
Trying to get a shot here. Oh, it is indeed the #1 contender, Taya Valkyrie. And Tessa Blanchard is being visited by the ghost of submissions past.
Why interrupt the moment of Tessa Blanchard? One of the best in the world, and Taya Valkyrie is just putting her nose where she shouldn't.
Didn't complain when Shane Strickland did it at Possessed.
Hey, for the rude people in the audience that are yelling my husband's name out of disrespect, there are 2 women making history right now, so pay the fuck attention. What up, PCW? They don't call me la güera loca for nothing, cabrona. So here we are again, Tessa. Miss Tessa Blanchard, not only am I the #1 contender for the Impact Knockouts Championship, but I am now the #1 contender for the PCW Women's Championship. And that means one thing. Que aquí con mi gente de California, you will be facing me, La Güera Loca, against the Diamond on January 18th at the PCW Anniversary Show. So I guess there's only one thing left to say to you. Bienvenida a la era de la güera, cabrona. See you in January.
Challenge issued there. The #1 contender saying you got a date with Destiny, champ. We'll see if you're undeniable at Anniversary 2K19 on January 18th.
What a match that's going to be. Tessa Blanchard versus La Güera Loca, Taya Valkyrie for the PCW Ultra Women's title.
Because it was cut short by her challenger here tonight, Taya Valkyrie. Incredible history at stake here, as is the Ultra Women title. And let's set the stage. Take it away, Dan Masters.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest, one fall, 60-minute time limit for the Ultra Women's Championship. Your official in charge of the action when the bell rings, senior official Rick Knox. Introducing first, our challenger from Victoria, British Columbia, Canada. She is your challenger, Taya Valkyrie.
Taya Valkyrie's gear on this championship night is on point.
Her opponent, our current reigning, defending Ultra Women's Champion from Charlotte, North Carolina, the undeniable Tessa Blanchard.
God, I love Tessa. The most beautiful, toughest, savage of all the women's wrestlers in the world.
Total embodiment of what it means to be a champion. She's got that pedigree. She's born into this great sport. But does she have what it takes to defeat Taya Valkyrie? That wasn't the case at Impact Wrestling. Speaking of Impact Wrestling, coming up March 29th, it will be the Wrestle Summit. Many promotions coming together to put on that blockbuster event. Impact Wrestling, just one of them.
What a show that's going to be. We're going to have Defy visiting from the Pacific Northwest. We got MCW, Wrestling Revolver in the house. For all information on that, go to PCWUltra.com or www.WrestleSummit.com. What a night that's going to be here in Wilmington, California.
What a way to kick things off. Two competitive rivals. Valkyrie with the spear right off the get-go. Ground and pound offense. And Valkyrie certainly does have the size and strength advantage over the Ultra Woman champion.
Yeah, but you keep failing to mention that Tessa Blanchard is an undefeated champion here in PCW Ultra. It doesn't matter what happens behind the doors of Impact Wrestling or anywhere else in the world for that matter. The fact is Tessa Blanchard is the best in PCW Ultra, and I'd put her up against any company, any woman in any company.
And she's gone up against many of the best in this industry right here in PCW Ultra. Won the title all the way back in May, on May the 4th. Big drop kick there by Valkyrie. You'll recall that Blanchard defeated Chelsea Green on May the 4th to become the champion, and she has been undeniable ever since. To play devil's advocate, however, Christian Cole, Valkyrie 1-0 here in PCW Ultra as well. Back at Believe, defeated Heather Monroe to earn this title shot.
Big victories over and over again from both these women is what brought them here. As Taya gets stripped up, and it's what has set this historic match up here to kick off a 2K19, our anniversary here. 3 years in the making is this championship match.
You likened Blanchard, the champion, to a savage. Here we see some savage tactics, but earlier, the drop toe hold to use the momentum of Valkyrie against her. Is that what the champion's gonna have to do, stick and move?
Well, yeah, absolutely. And the fact is she's the most elusive woman we've ever seen in professional wrestling. Not only is she fast, but she backs it up with a ton of strength. And it's the brain of Tessa Blanchard that's gotten her to where she is. at such a young age to be an undefeated champion. Oh my God, and the fierce striking and running right into the lower back of Taya Valkyrie. Tessa Blanchard on point thus far in this match.
She was on point with that elbow, that's for sure. A back elbow in more ways than one, right to the lower lumbar region, and sends the challenger out to the outside. Valkyrie certainly can't win the championship out here.
Tessa's taking a breather, wipes off her boots. And now she seems to have a thought here, and something has just sort of inspired her to go out and maybe brawl a little bit on the outside. I think Rick Knox is smart to let this go for a little bit.
Call for silence, big shot upstairs there by Tessa Blanchard. Blanchard trying to keep that full court press. Oh, big shot the other way by Valkyrie. You got to believe that as much as Valkyrie wants the PCW Ultra Women title, Blanchard wants revenge for the loss of that Knockouts Championship.
I mean, there's just so much history between these two women all over the country and all over the world. From Canada to Mexico, from Europe to the United States. These two women have had a great rivalry over the last number of months. And recently we saw Taya Valkyrie with the upper hand gaining the Impact Women's Championship. But it doesn't mean anything around here. The fact is that she's looking to get that PCW Ultra Women's title around her waist, and she's going up against the undefeated Tessa Blanchard.
At Believe back in December, both of these ladies got victories over SoCal standouts. I mentioned Valkyrie over Heather Monroe. The champion defeated Delila Doom in what was a fantastic title defense. Out here, elevator coming down, perhaps Magnum. Oh, just like that. The champ set to retain. Turned out the lights, but not yet.
It seemed to me she didn't get all of it. She was in that middle rope position. Landed the Magnum, but it seemed that Taya was able to slide off. And it only got a 2 count. That usually is a devastating maneuver, can put her opponents away for 3, but Taya is one of the toughest women in this business, one of the toughest wrestlers in this business, period, is Taya Valkyrie.
Yeah, but that's certainly going to soften up the challenger, you got to believe, but still has her mental faculties in play as she sidesteps the champ, who hits hard and heavy into that post. Might have caught her shoulder there, Christian.
Yeah, unlike some companies, we have real corner posts in our professional wrestling ring. And she took all of that on the collarbone. You can see her left hand is balled up in a fist. She's trying to get feeling back in it, and now she's really at a disadvantage.
And you see it there, standing switch, German suplex, just snapped it off, did Valkyrie. And the ebb and flow of this matchup really typifies how evenly matched these two rivals are, Christian. Pendulum of momentum continues to sway back and forth.
Taya Valkyrie comes in with that back elbow, and Todd Kennelly talked about it earlier. He talked about, Todd, I wanted to listen to what she was saying there for a moment. You did allude to the fact that this rivalry has gone on for so long, and that Taya, she's looking to win here. I mean, the bottom line is PCW Ultra Championship is one of the most coveted in professional wrestling today. And if Taya could beat her, if Taya could beat Tessa here, oh my God,
wait,
she could really cement herself as one of the best on the planet.
I agree with you, Christian. Aggressive now, going for the cover is Valkyrie. And method to the madness offensively for the challenger, because think of what she likes. She likes that STF, that local lock. She's softening up the shoulder area to try and lock that in. She likes that road to Valhalla, going to make it very tough for the champion to counter at this point. The way things are going, Valkyrie going all the way up top. Huge moonsault, my goodness.
Perfect moonsault, but misses does Taya Valkyrie. And that took all the air out of the lungs. And now another beautiful spear. And there may be no air left in Taya Valkyrie now. Cover. Only 2.
I really believe that the advantage when it comes to high impact offense has rested with the champion. You saw the Magnum earlier, now that big spear. As she starts to go to work on the challenger, nullifying that early offense by Valkyrie. Nice drop toe hold though on her in her own right.
Looking for a submission, but Tessa ducks the shoulder and able to kick out. And this is bad here, front chancery. Tessa's got that locked in with the left arm and a hammer lock, or right arm rather, but Taya able to escape. Beautiful counter, Todd. Look at this.
Northern Lights, and almost turned out the lights of the champion. Incredible, the power on display. Cover again, all the body weight comes crashing down, and it certainly hurts inside for Blanchard, but she finds a way to slip that shoulder out.
Yep, what a cover. And beautiful kick out there. You could see Taya She's got Tessa's back. Tessa's gonna find out though the heart of Tessa Blanchard, ever the fighter, able to get that cutter.
Beautifully done. Is this going to be enough? If not, what is it going to take? You saw the eyes. A great shot by our production staff there, Christian. The eyes of Valkyrie looking very strange, very glassed over. And on the opposite end of the spectrum, Blanchard can't believe that she hasn't been able to put her away.
These matches have gone back and forth between these women wherever they've wrestled around the world. Tonight is no different. It's going back and forth. Double underhooks there from the backside.
Imitation, the sincerest form of flattery. I do believe that Blanchard was looking for Valkyrie's own road to Valhalla. Paying for it now, though. Big knee strike by Valkyrie, double hook to the leg. Only a count of 2.
Not gonna be able to beat her that fast. Tessa Blanchard, like I said earlier, one of the biggest hearts in professional wrestling. She is every part of the word fighter. She is the definition of that. Tessa just runs into, Taya runs into a boot there.
Uh-oh, look out here.
Oh my God! Incredible!
Caught her with the destroyer. Incredible, and now looking to follow up. We've seen the champion off the top. Can she hit the Magnum from here? Oh,
she got
her!
it!
Get the rights, Christian!
That's it, Todd!
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner and still PCW Ultra Women's Champion, the undeniable Tessa Blanchard.
Christian Cole, I gotta tell you, Blanchard had her game face on tonight. That was a decisive victory over the new Knockouts champion.
And what does this mean for the story between these two women after Taya grinded to earn this championship shot for the PCW Ultra Women's title? She comes up short, but these two women have gone back and forth championship for championship over the last number of months. What a match we saw here tonight. I'm not so sure this story's over between these two incredible wrestlers.
Well, I doubt it. Both hold gold, but Valkyrie could not come into Blanchard's house here in the Ultratorium and complete their clean sweep. So history not made, at least for the Ultra Women title.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and click the subscribe button to not miss any of our latest shoot interviews, match videos, or news updates. Support us on patreon.com for $1.99 a month to watch our full shoot interviews ad-free and help our channel grow. Follow us on Twitter at the Hannibal TV for instant updates.
Fun fact about Johnny Impact, that ring jacket he just took off that he wears during his entrances, $10,000. That's actually $6,000 more than Todd Kennelly's car.
Well, I guess when you hail from Palos Verdes, you can afford the nicer things.
You sure can. How is that 97 Civic doing, by the way, Todd? Is it good?
It's hanging on.
Still
there.
running?
Yep. Keeping it together with duct tape and chewing gum. Still running. So another unique matchup here, as we've seen in Wrestle Summit, worlds colliding. Good to see Johnny Impact once again endearing himself to the faithful here in the Ultratorium.
Daga, a.k.a. the Dagger, getting a pretty big ovation himself. And Taya with the loudest ovation thus far, but mixed. You can hear some of those who don't approve of her and her husband's actions recently in Impact Wrestling.
Absolutely agree with you. And now, great reception there for the Ultra Women's Champion, Tessa Blanchard. Boy, what a run Tessa has had right here. Great victories. Won the title on May the 4th against Chelsea Green. Took on the likes of Rachel Ellering, Britt Baker, Diamonte, you name it, Priscilla Kelly, and Taya Valkyrie. A lot of posturing before this one. Again, a lot of bragging rights on the line, a lot of trash being talked. This has the feeling of a real powder keg, though, Christian Cole.
Couldn't agree more, Todd. There's definitely camaraderie within the teams here. Many aware of the kinship in which Daga and Taya and our champion
Tessa
share.
Blanchard.
And of course, when you look at John and Taya, I mean, they're a married couple.
Yes, sir.
Can't get much better than that in terms of camaraderie.
Two power couples, literally, going toe-to-toe.
It's like me and you.
Here at Wrestle Summit. We argue like a married couple. So you can get the all-important early advantage in a matchup like this. It'll be interesting to see the level of teamwork exhibited. Neither team wants to come up on the short end of this one, my friend.
Johnny Ultra made his debut more than a decade ago over in New York. I would argue he looks as good as he has ever looked and is in as good a shape as a guy could be in this industry.
Beautiful drop kick there by Daga in the early going.
And that's one for PCW Ultra.
Bringing the dagger there, wasn't he, with that drop kick? Laid out Johnny Impact. Again, this matchup, it's Diamonds and Daggers representing PCW Ultra, taking on Johnny Impact and Taya representing Impact Wrestling.
You can feel the fans here in Wilmington are especially biased towards Daga and our champion Tessa Blanchard because they're PCW Ultra faithful, and that pairing is a PCW Ultra through and through tag team. So I think there's a little bit more on the line here for these fans in Wilmington. They want to see PCW Ultra succeed over Impact Wrestling.
Big shots there by both Valkyrie and Impact into the corner now. Into the cover goes Valkyrie. Earlier we saw that flying chuck in the early minutes there by Johnny Impact, one of his signatures, and it has really turned the tables here. And again, in this matchup, we really are going to mix it up as you see Taya Valkyrie going to work now on Daga.
Taya using that middle rope across the throat of Daga. Taya, when facing men or women, is one of the toughest competitors in this business today.
As physical and as powerful as they come. And Valkyrie using the power game. Now a big shot there. Little insult to injury by the Knockouts champ.
And look how bright Taya is by isolating Daga in the corner, where her and her husband can do all the damage and potentially stop Daga from getting a tag. And you can see Tessa starting to worry, a little concern on the PCW Ultra Women's Champion as she watches her husband, as she watches her partner rather, get assaulted across the ring.
Tag is made now to Johnny Impact, checks back in. Impact was getting some shots from the outside, those big 12-6 elbows. Oh, and look at this, wow. Total dominance right now by Impact and Valkyrie. And Daga in a bad way. Dominant performance thus far. Going for the cover. Tessa Blanchard might become a total non-factor in this thing if they continue to cut off the ring. They're doing it right now.
Brilliant tag team strategy by Johnny Impact and Taya Valkyrie. I mean, they're able to cut off Daga now. As my partner Todd was just saying, they're not allowing him to even get anywhere near that corner. Daga's gonna fight back, and look at him fire up there. Was that a throat?
Was
a throat jab
yeah,
there.
A little throat thrust there. Shades of Kamala. Speaking of old school, how about that atomic drop there by Daga? Valkyrie in there though, picking up the pieces. So again, unpredictable action. With a win here, do you think Valkyrie gets herself back in position potentially for another shot at the Ultra Women's title?
Well, I think the fans really want to see is the champion come in. I mean, they want to see Daga get a tag in so they can see La Huera Loca show what she's got against the champion.
Yeah, but right now, getting the best of Daga, showing his quickness there.
Oh,
they're going to get that opportunity, partner, because here comes the Ultra Women's Champion. Blanchard is hot.
Sick forearms from Tessa Blanchard. And she sends Taya into the other corner, but eats a boot. That was a nasty foot to the face.
Counter elbows now by Taya Valkyrie, trying to fight her way out of this corner. Again, another chapter in the war, the competitive rivalry between these two.
Both women jockeying for position, trying to figure each other out.
Magnum, just
Magnum
like
from
that.
the middle rope, Todd,
yes,
into
sir.
the cover.
That could do it.
She's gonna do it again. And you can see how badly Tessa Blanchard wanted to pin Taya Valkyrie. She's done it before. We know she can do it. But this is a what have you done for me lately type of business. She wants to get another victory over her tonight for sure.
Daga with a shot there, follow-up shot by Blanchard. I think Tessa Blanchard would like to put Taya Valkyrie in the rear view in terms of shots at the Ultra Women's title and would like to position herself to get another shot in Impact Wrestling. Daga with a senton from the outside inside into the cover now. And Johnny Impact forced to come in for the save.
Great save by Impact.
Faithful letting Impact know what they think of him.
I mean, he's a hometown hero. Why would they treat him with such disrespect?
I don't think they're saying Johnny Mundo.
I don't think they are either. It's clearly foul language that these degenerates are using in the crowd.
Pendulum of momentum.
I would never use foul language, by the way.
Oh, never. No, of course. I'll just blow carcinogens in my face the whole
Against
time.
everything I believe in.
Tide has turned in this one, and now it's the PCW Ultra tandem that are controlling the action, dictating the pace, and cutting off the ring against Taya Valkyrie.
We've seen this before. A little deja vu as Blanchard punishes Taya Valkyrie. And this is why she's the champ. Double birds for the crowd. Misses, though. Couple of bypasses and just slammed down by Taya.
Well, Valkyrie does hail from Slamtown, does she not?
Indeed she does, and it's on display here. And a slam like that could have turned her championship future around.
Yeah, not a nice visit to Slamtown there by the Ultra Women's Champion, who needs to make a tag. Tessa Blanchard rolling over towards Daga, trying to get there. Might be a turning point in this matchup. Tags made on both sides. Johnny Impact checking in for his team, taking on Daga. Upstairs goes Impact, so flexible, you mentioned. Truly looking as good as he ever has throughout his decorated career.
Johnny Impact is a movie star. He's a writer, a director. He's a parkour master, a former World Tag Team Champion.
He's a bounty hunter.
And quite frankly, just until a moment ago, he was just looking as good as ever in the ring, but now able to reverse.
Looking to get the big bounty here, looking to get the winner's part of the purse. Look at that Spanish fly, beautifully done off the top. Into the cover now. Only a count of two.
A close 2.5 count. Senior official Rick Knox right on top of the action. And you look at Impact now, who's going to pick apart Daga. And we're back to what we saw earlier. Tessa has no chance of getting in this match right now as Daga's reeling from the tag team assault he's been taking from Taya and Impact.
Time of possession offensively in this one in the favor of Impact Wrestling right now. Impact off the top. And a little style points. Valkyrie getting involved from the outside.
High-flying athleticism by Daga. Beautiful strikes to the lower half. He's able to cut Impact in half.
Daga's so explosive, so powerful. He's got that low center of gravity. Can he complete this gut wrench into the power bomb? Center of the ring, dead to rights, no. Woo! That hand was coming down.
Dead weight lifted in that gut wrench. Power bomb was absolutely incredible.
How badly do these two teams want the victory here? Again, so much bad blood between the competitors in this one. Unique matchup. Here's part of Wrestle Summit. We're still just getting started with flapjack action. Look at the teamwork now between Diamonds and Daggers. A Magnum again into the backstabber by Daga. Impact doesn't know which way is up at the moment, and Valkyrie makes the save.
Taya Valkyrie right on top of it, but now getting beat down by the PCW Ultra Women's Champion.
Tell you what, to win this matchup, you got to be just about as opportunistic as Caleb Connolly.
Tag team maneuver from Daggers and Diamonds.
Looking for the double team suplex. Well, I guess chivalry is not dead.
Oh, now a strike off ensues in the center of the ring.
But the crowd's going to get involved in this one. Oh, wide open shot by Johnny Impact. You kidding me? That's not going to sit well with Daga.
Are you serious?
I mean, there's some lines you just don't cross, even in competition like this.
Daga, he just decked, Johnny Impact just decked our champion in the face. That's absolutely ridiculous.
Well, this thing turning into a grand finale of a fireworks show, shot after shot, and all four are down. Bodies everywhere. Only Rick Knox is standing tall. Incredible atmosphere here. Big fight feel at the Wrestle Summit. Whoever gets to their feet here first, Christian Cole, might be pivotal in determining the victor.
Looks like a vertical base established by all four now. This fight continues as Taya's going to get those strikes back going with forearms. I can't believe Johnny Impact just punched her in the face. I know people accuse me of being a scumbag, but that's some scummy shit to do.
Well, I agree with you. You know, I guess you can make the point that all's fair in love and war, and I guess that's really fitting in this matchup, but anything goes. The competitors, the genders can mix it up, but still, you would think there's some things you just don't do. Look out here.
Oh, God.
Johnny Impact might have that winning edge. Turns it into a spear, drives him straight down into the canvas, and putting Daga on a silver platter for Taya Valkyrie. Whoa! Moonsault caught him with the knee. Impact up top now, 450. Daga is getting eaten alive, and Blanchard, the Ultra Women's Champion, comes in to keep this thing alive for her team.
How many pinfalls have we seen broken up in this tag team match?
Valkyrie's got Daga.
Oh my God, the power of Taya Valkyrie. Labored through that, but was able to get that spinning Iranagi on the middle of the canvas. Daga's in bad shape. Johnny Impact needs to pay attention here. And who's legal, Todd?
Well, I'm glad that senior official Rick Knox is in there, because if anybody knows, he does. And allowing a lot of leniency in a matchup like this. Got to see a winner.
This is about more than wrestling. This is about more than any four members of this ring. This is about PCW Ultra versus Impact Wrestling.
And it really has kind of gotten chaotic ever since that open hand, that big, wide open punch by Johnny Impact. It's turned into, in essence, a tornado matchup. All four in the ring. Knox letting a lot go down here, and look out here, and Taya using her assets.
Taya Valkyrie fired up, comes in double knees. Daga's head slamming right into Taya's face there, and she's wearing the effects of the offense of Taya Valkyrie.
It just seems throughout this matchup, just when Blanchard and Daga seem as if they have a light at the end of the tunnel, it's a freight train coming their way, and Impact and Valkyrie take over. Might be time to blast off here. Starship Pain!
Oh, he missed it!
Uh-oh!
He missed!
Couldn't stick the landing. German suplex by Valkyrie, but look out here. Blanchard up top, Magnum! Oh, from the heavens!
And she didn't miss any of that beautiful Magnum, but right behind her waits Johnny Impact.
Moonlight Drive. As Impact again getting very physical with the Ultra Women's Champion.
Oh my God!
Speaking of physical.
And do anything, do it for PCW Ultra. We got it!
Ladies and gentlemen, your winners, representing PCW Ultra, the team of Tessa Blanchard and Daga!
What a war of attrition as PCW Ultra took on Impact Wrestling, and PCW Ultra gets the victory. Daga and Tessa Blanchard dug down deep. They had to fight to earn that one.
There will be controversy about just how PCW Ultra defeated Impact Wrestling tonight. Professional wrestling is about star power. These two women are stars in this industry. They are so young. They are so powerful in their ability to command the ring and to command media attention.
These two have history as well. Let's set the stage for another big title matchup here at Mindcrawler.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest with a 60-minute time limit is for the Ultra Women's Championship. Your official in charge of the action is Rick Knox. Introducing first star challenger. She benches 225 pounds, squatting 350 pounds. Thick Mama Pump, Jordan Graves. Her opponent is our current reigning and defending Ultra Women's Champion. She is the undefeated, undeniable Tessa Blanchard. One fall, 60 minutes for the Ultra Women's Championship. Rick Knox, your official.
Women's division has proven to be one of the very most competitive in all of PCW Ultra. The top contenders and competitors from around the world coming here to PCW Ultra, and this match really typifies that. Tessa Blanchard undefeated in PCW Ultra, but Jordan Grace does hold a victory in Impact Wrestling over Blanchard in recent history. Will that weigh heavy on the champ?
I believe it will. I believe there are so many storylines here. I mean, you look at the date, guys. It's June 14th, 2019. And I can predict the future. The future is in the ring right now. Both of these women, mark my words, will be the biggest stars in this industry in the next 5 and 10 years and carry this industry into the future. We have them here competing against each other for the PCW Ultra Women's Championship. And, you know, frankly, there's been some criticism of Tessa Blanchard on who she's beaten here at PCW Ultra. Certainly some of the who's who, Taya Valkyrie being one of those opponents. Has she ever seen an opponent quite like Jordan Grace on this meteoric rise? A woman who benches 225 pounds. I mean,
an incredible athlete, and you can see the agility too, but holding on to the wrist, there was the champion, Tessa Blanchard. Great human game of chess in the early going. Jordan Grace does have a victory over Blanchard. Look at this, go behind, hammerlock attempts by both over and over, but the power on display. Now the head scissors by Blanchard. Charges in, oh, and I don't think Blanchard is gonna win that exchange, but neither woman moving an inch.
You know, Todd, this reminds me a bit of the evolution of mixed martial arts that we saw in the early 2000s. It used to be everyone would bring their own martial art to the ring, and they would fight in a mixed fashion. Eventually it became you had to just train MMA. This isn't just women's wrestling. These women are wrestlers. They're coming into the ring week in and week out and competing in no different fashion and putting their bodies on the line.
Out here, challenger.
Look at Jordan Grace. My God!
Precise timing by the champion, though. Tessa Blanchard was wise to that. Catches Grace with a super kick on the outside. Both these ladies have victories over Taya Valkyrie. Tessa Blanchard defended the Ultra Women's title successfully back at Anniversary 2K19 and then won a mixed tag match against Valkyrie and Johnny Impact last time out at the Wrestle Summit. Jordan Grace holds a countout victory over Taya Valkyrie, was unsuccessful in winning the Knockouts title in Impact Wrestling, but did defeat the champion.
That's all facts. My partner Todd's got facts. Both of us have worked for Impact Wrestling now. That's true. A cool fact.
Yes.
As we watch these two women brawl really in this unsanctioned area, we saw Tessa just moments ago bending the arm of Jordan Grace through that guardrail and now looks to potentially spike. We saw earlier Sami Callihan hit one of these pile drivers, but
two, in fact, it still wasn't enough to put away Mil Muertes, the champion. And this is a pivotal moment in this matchup as both women fighting tooth and nail on the apron. Could be a turning point in this match. Swing and a miss there by the challenger a couple times over. The instincts, the veteran instincts of Tessa Blanchard on display, but now the power of Jordan Grace. Round and round she goes. Where she stops, Grace only knows, and takes her right into the apron.
A dangerous tumble for Tessa Blanchard as she hits that corner of that ring, which is really supported by a thin layer of canvas and some steel underneath. You can hear thudding. And that was Tessa Blanchard's face going across that corner. Frankly, this is what I'm talking about, Todd. I mean, these two women, they fight, they wrestle, they fight, they can do it all. And right now, this thing is broken out into a fight for the Ultra Women's Championship.
Grace looking for a big chop. First one doesn't get her, hits her right across the shoulder blades. And the power has been a riddle that the champion is trying to solve. Tessa Blanchard went for that pile driver on the apron, but too much power. Recall that Jordan Grace can squat over 300 pounds. It's going to be tough for Tessa Blanchard to execute the type of offense she's accustomed to.
One Todd Kennedy. Jordan Grace can squat a Todd Kennedy. And that's impressive, no matter what camp you're from.
That was my program late, partner.
Fight on, brother. Look at this. Beautiful suplex position. Lands into a jackhammer.
Sure did.
Unbelievable strength from Jordan Grace, who's able to manipulate her opponent in midair. And much like Goldberg, land a picture-perfect jackhammer in the center of the ring. Boy, is Jordan Grace something else, buddy.
Sure is, so powerful. She can do what she wants to you because that power, just such an advantage. Look out here though, takes her down with the cutter. Does the champion, and a count of two. And using all that size and strength of Jordan Grace, all that body weight coming crashing down right into the middle of the mat.
Talk a lot about Jordan Grace and her strength, but if Tessa was fighting literally anybody else, the story would be about Tessa's agility, strength, and tenacity, frankly. Her will to fight and defend this championship at all costs. She's had ups and downs in her career. Wow. Ups and downs right there, but she stays fighting, and that's what I'm talking about. It's this tenacity from Blanchard. Up and down, and look at the expression on the face of the champion. These types of body slams just power her up.
Blanchard a little bit slower to get up that time. After those lightning fast scoop slams and looking for another. Out the back door, went to the well one too many times. She got spiked right on her head. Did Jordan Grace, champ looking to capitalize. Oh, foot on the rope. Heads up move by the challenger. It's been the only thing that saved her.
I think it was really just momentum of her foot landed on the rope. She got lucky there. Tessa nearly retains. Grace was out, and Grace is still in big trouble. Jordan Grace, who searches to win the PCW Ultra Women's Championship,
on
may be in jeopardy.
Oh man, you recall May the 4th of 2018, how she won the title, was at Magnum, off the top on Chelsea Green. And I gotta believe that that's what the champ was thinking, but countered expertly there by Jordan Grace, and now power takes control.
Suplex position again, but it's 4 to 5 feet higher than a normal wrestling maneuver you'd see on the canvas. But this is back and forth, Todd. Both women looking for position. Goes for a sunset flip. Not able to power down Grace.
Too much
champion
strength.
Struggling here.
Too much lower body strength. Again, that's the best ally of the challenger here. We talked about it. Blanchard unable to execute a lot of her signature offense. She can't get past that power on many attempts here in this matchup. Another scoop and a slip. Michinoku driver out of nowhere. That's gonna do it. Oh, what? The champ got absolutely driven through the mat with the Michinoku driver. It doesn't cost any more to try again. Jordynne Grace thought she had history made, the end of the streak, but not to be, at least not yet.
The 2,000 plus people in attendance, myself, my broadcast partner, we all thought it was over. This match is still going.
One of the nastiest Michinoku drivers we've ever seen. Big counter strike by the champion, undeniable indeed. Wow, where is she finding this from? Eats a big shot though by Jordynne Grace.
Todd, even in our careers covering MMA, I have not seen strikes delivered like this. Vicious strikes, it goes for the magnum!
Hits it off that second rope. The challenger looks to be out here. No! Digs down.
What the hell is happening in Wilmington?
Well, she's got that 225 bench partner and had just enough to bench the champion off of her there and preserve her chances at taking home the Ultra title. Jordynne Grace wants to end this streak, wants to take home the gold, but she's in trouble right now, just bull rushing the champ though. Big Mama Pump in control, using that strength. Champ using her agility now. Hits hard and heavy into that turnbuckle. Uh-oh, look out here.
That's trouble for the champ.
It's torture.
She's in a bad way right now. Jordynne Grace!
Oh! I don't think that Blanchard's ever been in more trouble than she was right there. The hand was coming down. There was a sliver of light between Knox's hand and the mat. But somehow, some way, Blanchard fights on, at least for the moment. What a match!
What a match so far. We have not seen a conclusion to this championship match, a historic match for PCW Ultra. These two women doing everything they can to earn this championship.
Look out here, maybe thinking muscle buster. And Jordynne Grace has got a lot of muscle behind it. Nice counter though by the champ, gets out of harm's way. Blanchard has faced big, strong competitors here in PCW Ultra, the likes of Taya, Valkyrie, and Rachel Ellering, but maybe nobody with the freakish strength of Jordynne Grace.
Jordynne Grace somehow, some way, trying to get a victory over the undefeated champion, Tessa Blanchard. They're both jockeying for position here, Todd, both trying to get the spot to do something as devastating as that DDT. That's a cover and a count, that's three.
What a match, what a title defense.
What a match.
And the reign continues.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, and still Ultra Women's Champion, the undeniable Tessa Blanchard.
The title reign, the streak was in extreme jeopardy time and time again in that matchup, but perhaps the greatest female performer and one of the greatest performers in the entirety of this sport, Tessa Blanchard, found a way.
Tessa
PCW Ultra Women's Champion for over 450 days. What I hope that this big star from Japan realizes is that I have faced over 8 wrestlers from across the world here at PCW, and I have still come out Women's Champion. And what I hope this big star from Japan realizes, because if she doesn't now, she will after August 9th, that Tessa B, the PCW Ultra Women's Champion, ain't nothing to fuck with.
She has faced a who's who, won the title, taking on Chelsea Green on May the 4th, 1 year ago plus. Faced the likes of many incredible competitors, most recently Jordan Grace, Thick Mama Pump. What a matchup that was. And so many others, including Taya Valkyrie, Priscilla Kelly, Rachel Ellering, Britt Baker, you name it.
I mean, so many great women have come through, and Tessa has beat all of them. And she continues to be that shining beacon of light in the women's division around the
Wrestling
world.
fans, this contest, your semi-main event of the evening. It is for the Ultra Women's Championship. Your official in charge of the action when the bell rings is Jeremy Marcus. Introducing first our challenger. She comes to us from Jersey Shore, Japan. Sumi Sakai!
Just pronounced it right. Good for him. He didn't say it twice.
Her opponent is our current reigning and defending Ultra Women's Champion from Charlotte, North Carolina. She is the undefeated, undeniable Tessa Blanchard. Football for the Women's Championship.
Fired up and rightfully so. What a title reign it's been. Talked about many that have tried to knock the undeniable one from her throne here in PCW Ultra. All have failed. Undefeated is Tessa Blanchard here in the Ultra Tour.
So 1 year away, my bad.
Tessa Blanchard trying to prove as of late not only perhaps the best female competitor in the world, but one of the best all-in-all competitors. Had wars with the likes of the Callahan Death Machine. Sami Callahan in Impact Wrestling, we know how dangerous, we know all too well how dangerous Callahan is.
Well, Callahan's on that list too of one of the best in the world. And so to see him and Tessa go at it recently has been a real treat. We've watched through our television sets at home. And, you know, frankly, Tessa Blanchard, like you were just saying, she's just one of the best in the world. She's pound for pound one of the great technicians and competitors in our sport today.
He's proven it. Took on the likes of Impact Wrestling Hall of Famer Gail Kim.
And Gail is one of the best.
Yeah, no doubt.
And Tessa just keeps showing up.
Big shot there, and returning fire is Sumi Sakai. Sumi Sakai, no stranger to getting in fisticuffs and warfare. Right out of that Japanese strong style in Japan. Look out there. Big cutter by the champion early. First meaningful strike.
And just like a flash of light, Tessa able to grab the head and neck and that front chain drop right down to her back. And Tessa's just so fast.
He's 3 years older, but look.
Champ doesn't get paid by the hour, looking to make short work of the Japanese legend Sumi Sakai. Look out here, Sakai wise to that one. And ducks out of harm's way. Makes the champion chase.
Tessa's doing exactly what she needs to do. She's pursuing the challenger. She's not giving her any time to breathe. Tessa right on top of it. A lot of champions we've seen over the years, you know, they may wait to be attacked, just as she's being right now. Right there on the outside, wow, big forearms to the back from Sumi Sakai in an unsanctioned area around the ring. frankly, Todd, this is bad. This is bad for the champ.
Sure is. Sumi Sakai getting control of the matchup and really hammering away at the champion, Tessa Blanchard. And Sumi Sakai, a prolific striker to be sure. Has had a successful MMA career as well as her exploits inside the squared circle.
Referee Jeremy Marcus really needs to assert his authority here and get these women away from the fences and away from the fans. We don't want anybody getting hurt on the outside. Honestly, Todd, like, Sumi has gotten the champ in a bad spot right now.
And she knows it, and she's going for the cover, but powerful kick out, only a count of one. Making a statement there is Tessa Blanchard.
Yep, the tenacity of Tessa. She may be beaten up for the moment, having just been thrown into a steel guardrail. She's gonna fight out.
Little gamesmanship here by Sumi Sakai, showing a lot of confidence in the early going of this championship contest. And Tessa Blanchard has taken on and defeated all shapes and sizes and all types of competitors that have come her way, and different type of competitor from what she just faced in Jordan Grace. And Sumi Sakai, showing that she's quite unorthodox as well, buries that knee into the down champion.
Champion's in a bad spot here. Sakai knows it. Look at that. Puts the legs underneath. Sakai rolls through. And a variation of a crab there from Sakai, that Boston crab. She's sort of twisting as well. Really putting the torque on the left obliques of Tessa Blanchard, showing all the pain and anguish in her face.
Sumi Sakai will really punish you, and now seizing the arm, so taking away that option to get to the sidelines there, taking away that option for the champ to get to the ropes. But Tessa Blanchard trying to overpower, fight with everything she can to escape this hold.
Sakai hooked the elbow though. Sakai unable to hold both legs, and that left hand able to get to the it looks like Tessa Blanchard has been busted open.
Looks to be bleeding from the nose, and right now, nice counter kick there by Tessa Blanchard, but as this fight, and that's really what it has been, goes into deep water, if it gets there, that could become a factor. It could really affect the breathing of the champion. And you see the sense of urgency now and the aggression by the champ. She knows that she was in trouble and trying to turn the tide.
Blanchard may have a broken nose. Our champion may have a shattered nose from something we may have missed earlier. I'm not sure what exactly did it, but she's bleeding profusely from the nose and able to get the magnum, but only half of it. And it was on that second rope, and Sakai might be out though. And no.
Sakai went down awkwardly, and I think caught the knee in a position where she was unable to brace or defend it. Tessa Blanchard digging down deep. You see the crimson streaming down her face. But Tessa Blanchard will always try and find a way to fight on. This is how she won the title. Magnum off the top. Not able to capitalize, however. Look out here, Sakai. Swings through with the fisherman. High impact move by the challenger, looking to make history. Count it 2.
Sumi Sakai may have busted the nose of our champion, who lies prone on her back. Todd, have we ever seen Tessa in this type of trouble before?
Well, she's been in some hellacious fights. You know, we talked about Jordan Grace, Diamonte. I remember that being a real physical title defense, but perhaps not in this kind of trouble at this point in the matchup. And Sakai now, again, one step ahead there. You got to wonder if it starts to affect, you know, the vision, the energy of the champion. Missile drop kick by Sakai.
Wow, that landed right on the button, Todd. And only 2 from Jeremy Marcus, our referee for this match, who's sporting the blue latex gloves as Tessa Blanchard, our champion, is bleeding profusely from the face.
Bleeding profusely, but she's got a lot of blood running through those veins as well, and it's running hot and heavy right now. the champion now given as good as she's getting, or at least she was, until Sakai, the challenger, able to drop her again.
Dropping down to her knees is Sakai. That really rocked her, Todd. Sakai just turning around in a circle, like just fighting back on instinct now. Sakai, no balance under those feet. Oh man, beautiful double overhand chops.
Turning it into a real war of attrition, striking battle. Tessa Blanchard thinking DDT perhaps, countered into an inverted, swings through. Oh my goodness, did she ever?
That was devastating.
Decimate the champion and the reign, no! The over 1 year reign nearly came to an end just like that. What an offensive maneuver.
Wow. Tessa, I don't think we've ever seen her in this type of trouble before. She is going up against one of the best players in the world. I mean, Sumi Sakai now looking to go to the top rope. This is a dangerous spot for her. She missed.
Legendary Great Muta once competed right here in the Ultratorium. That was shades of him right there with that big moonsault. And Tessa Blanchard, again, I really believe that laceration is paying dividends for the challenger right now.
I mean, if you can't breathe, you lose oxygen to your brain and to your lungs. It's not easy to have a broken nose and continue to fight while she does it.
Going upstairs again, maybe looking for that Magnum. Wasn't able to hit it the first time. I think she's got that distance she needs here. There it is!
She got it!
Oh yeah! She
is out! She is out!
Sayonara! Oh no! Not yet.
What? What is going on tonight?
That's what that desire for championship gold means. You dig down deep, you find that little something extra. A way to fight on. Magnum off the top. Over 1 year reign, Christian Cole. How many people has she put away with the Magnum? Talking about champion Tessa Blanchard, and not enough somehow.
And Sakai is still out, having to be pulled up to a vertical base by her hair. I mean, how did she even kick out?
Blanchard had her measured, was looking to hit with bad intentions. Rolls through, rolls through!
What?
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner and new Ultra Women's Champion, Sumi Sakai.
You could just hear the shock in the Ultratorium. The faithful couldn't believe what they saw, and neither can we.
Are you kidding me? Sumi Sakai is the Ultra Women's Champion.
And it came down to a counter. What a fight it was.
It's their Luthez George Tragos Hall of Fame show. I'm Zach McGibbon. Alongside me is Marco Rossi. This is all part of the Hall of Fame weekend going on in Waterloo, Iowa.
Gonna be a good one here, Gibby.
We got a women's tag match here. It's Jessica Havoc and Miss Frankie J versus Keandra and Tessa Blanchard.
Absolutely. Third generation superstar Tessa Blanchard. Lots of lineage there. Trained by her granddaddy Joe Blanchard. And I'm sure she's got a little bit of Tully in her as well. That tenaciousness that she's been showing on the indie scene for the past couple of years. Only 21 years old, I believe. Lots of room to grow, but she has to fight two tenacious ladies here, and she's got a rookie, I believe, in her corner, or at least a relative newcomer in Keandra, so let's see what happens here.
As we get things underway here, Miss Frankie J kind of taunting her a little bit as we go into the tie-up here.
Yeah, she's got a little bit of she's a little bit of a spitfire, this Miss Frankie J.
Nice.
See that.
Nice job working the arm there by Tessa, but a good job by Miss Frankie J to go into the ropes.
Can't wait to see how Miss Frankie J's tenacity is going to factor in. Look at her just telling everybody to stop, almost taking a bit of a timeout, but Tessa wants none of that.
Right back into the headlock is Tessa Blanchard. Tessa has learned her wrestling, as you mentioned, from Joe Blanchard, but also from her father Tully and her stepfather Magnum TA.
Absolutely, that's another factor. See, I'm not just another pretty face, you know. I do a little bit of my homework there, Gibby. Thank you, Wikipedia.
Trying to go for a head scissors is Miss Frankie J, but a good headlock applied from Tessa.
Heard you were trying to edit that Wikipedia article to make me look bad, though. Hope that's not true.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Mr. Rossi.
Well, let's just focus on the match.
Frankie J getting out of it. A nice headlock on her own there.
Really cinching it in. Just enjoying inflicting this punishment.
Tessa, of course, has some experience. She's participated in WWE NXT. She's shown up for a couple of matches there.
Certainly has.
She's also been a key figure in Shine and Shimmer as she tags in with Keandra, and there's a double clothesline there. Both ladies, and Miss Frankie J just hugging the leg of Jessica Havoc. She wants none of that.
Keandra doing a little bit of a victory dance, I should say, but if Jessica Havoc, who's now in, gets her way, don't think Keandra's going to be dancing for much longer. Look at the size differential.
Jessica Havoc, of course, a former TNA Knockouts champion.
Absolutely, the experience factor's there.
She's also a competitor in Shimmer and Shine.
I'm going to tell you, if she has her way, she's going to shimmer and shine. She is tenacious.
It's going to be interesting as well because she has faced some great women's wrestlers like Madison Rayne and Gail Kim.
Certainly has. Whoa!
Also faced Awesome Khan in a dream match in TNA.
Absolutely, that was a flash of the Titans there. Oh!
Trying to go for the elbow drop is Keandra, but a big kick from Havoc.
He miscalculated that.
And going after Blanchard now. Not a strong enough strike to knock her out, but Blanchard is furious about that one.
Smart move, getting Tessa Blanchard all riled up. Referee's all distracted. Now they can work on her.
And Miss Frankie J gets right back in. Kick to the gut from Havoc.
Frankie J trying to assure the referee that a legal tag was made.
Getting very vocal is Miss Frankie J.
Did you hear what she said? Come on, check me out, check me out.
Maybe she should focus on her opponent here. Oh, look at this.
Yeah, there you go.
Referee has his back turned, and Keandra feeling the wrath of Jessica Havoc there.
Normally you would want to focus on your opponent, but if you can keep the ref distracted and have someone like Jessica Havoc work on her a little bit, then hey, why not?
Now a nice takedown there from Havoc.
Ooh.
Kick to the back.
That'll hurt your vertebrae a little bit.
Now just working on the head of Keandra.
What you gotta do?
Just wearing her down here as Havoc takes a big kick to the head. Oh, but goes right back with a kick to the back of Keandra.
Look at that.
Tessa's still furious about that one.
Smart strategy, just rattling Tessa Blanchard.
Oh, and a big shot to the head from Jessica Havoc.
Tessa's getting mad. That hot temper of hers is going to cloud her judgment. I understand it's not too fun when you get punched in the face, but when your partner's in jeopardy, that's going to cost you the match potentially.
Keandra ropes and a kick to the gut.
My ears are ringing after that kick.
Oh, Havoc is arguing with the referee here. Oh, spits right in the face of Tessa. And Tessa again is furious about that one.
You think you used that one in the ring there, Gibby? A scientific Greco-Roman spit?
It's scientific Greco-Roman spit. What are you trying to say here, man?
You know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat.
I don't think I'd call it scientific Greco-Roman wrestling.
Oh!
Why here is there's a big boot right to the face of Keandra.
Hey, if they get the win, it'll help. Every little bit helps. Oh, look at those kicks. Ho, ho, ho.
Just a boot to the face of Keandra.
Yes.
Now tagging right back in to Miss Frankie J. She's
here
just
she comes.
showboating now. Kick to the gut, and another one there, and she's just going to town on Keandra.
She just wants to let you know that you're still, just wants to ask, I should say, if you're still paying attention. Just wants to let you know that she's still here.
Direct off the ropes, and there's a hair pull there.
Uh-oh.
Hair pull takedown from both women, and both are down.
Well, I hate to say it, but that showboating might not have helped her in this case, because this could be a turning point that Keandra needs to tag in Tessa Blanchard. A desperate tag is needed. Does she have enough energy to get to that corner? I don't know.
Keandra has taken a ton of punishment in this matchup as Tessa's still pretty fresh. Oh, there's a back elbow there from Keandra. There's the hot tag.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Now ducking underneath the clothesline from Havoc. Now multiple shots from Blanchard right to Havoc across the chest. Oh, and Miss Frankie J trying to get involved. Oh, there's the arm wrench there. DDT by Tessa Blanchard.
Oh, devastating. This could be it.
Going in for the pin, but Havoc is able to break that one up.
Oh, she saved her partner big time there. Oh.
And Blanchard has finally reached her boiling point with Havoc, but there's a kick to the gut.
Oh, she got distracted.
Face buster there from Miss Frankie J going into the pin. 2, and Tessa's able to kick out at 2.
Whoa, I thought that was it. Jeez. Face buster like that could break your nose.
There's a shot to the gut from Tessa. Getting right back up. Going right to the face as Miss Frankie J felt all of that one.
Oh, look at her feeling the effects of that.
She was able to tag out, though, to Keandra. And Keandra trying to get back. Oh, it looks like she's trying to go for the choke slam there.
Uh-oh.
Going back in. Nice reversal there. Oh, it looks like she's going for the demon drop, and there it is!
Oh, this has to be it.
Going in for the cut in 2, 3, and Havoc has done it.
That's it.
She's able to get the win.
Game over.
And Tessa Blanchard cannot believe it.